Where's the bang bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube and all platforms where podcasts are found.
Welcome in to another NCAA Football live bet stream here on Pub Sports Radio. Moose, what's up, man? I was worried. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. If you were worried about me making it, so was I. But I'm here. What's up, Moose?
Dude, I feel fucking amazing, Cabby. I woke up zero hangover, woke up early, got some morning bets in. The worst part about my morning has been Bovada continuously finding ways to not let me into my account to place bets. They know what's about to happen today.
What?
Let's get this money, Cabby.
Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Okay.
Bet online.
Let's jump right out. I know we're going to have people trickling in. It's a little slower because it's 11 a.m. where I am, 9 a.m. on the West Coast, 12 in the afternoon now for everybody on the East Coast. Shout out to everybody showing up, though. We got people trickling in from the NCAA Pub Hub. We got Director already up in here. He said he woke up and put his Penn State shirt on. All I got to say is we are Penn State, go Lions. I'm with you, bro. Let's go Penn State. Like, I'm not a Penn State fan, but today they got my money on them, so I'm a big Penn State fan. Let's fucking go, Penn State. There's our guy, Razor Sharp Picks, man. I hope you're feeling better, Razor. He vibed out. He took shots with us last night, made money with us last night, posted that fucking insane parlay last night, and he wasn't feeling good. You probably wouldn't have known, but I hope you're feeling better, Razor. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Shout out to Bo Jackson, also in the chat, man. How am I feeling? I don't feel good, bro. This is all smoke shows. I had to get up. I was rolling over in pain. I'm not going to lie. But Cliff Young asked if I went jogging today and had the green juice. Look, I'm not going to lie. There has been no run today, and I needed it. But green juice is a must. Perfect rotation, Viper MB. All right, guys. I'll go ahead and jump into it. I know I'm on the opposite side of a lot of people here. I am on Penn State on this game. Moose, have you bet this? I bet the full game. I took the +7, and I sprinkled the money line.
Yeah, I did take Penn State. For me, it came down to the fact that Penn State's rushing defense has been one of the best in the country. And the worry is Michigan is able to find success through the air because Penn State has not been as good with guarding the pass. But I think that this is going to be a real close game. I sprinkled the money line too because I could see Penn State going into the big house and finding a way to pull an upset and do something that they haven't done in quite a while, which is go into Michigan and take an outright win.
Hey, outright win, you're right. But the last 2 years, the road team has covered the spread against both of them. I know you guys don't hear me dropping trends a lot. I have them. They're up here. So if you guys like trends, I'll start dropping them. Just for me, it's not a huge thing that I go into. But the road team has covered the spread the past 2 years in this game between these two teams. Last year it was that game. Penn State was winning right up until the end, and then that big comeback by Michigan late in the game. That was a hell of a game, man. That was a hell of a game. I will say this really quick. Usually we wait till we're into it to talk about other games, but I've got some other bets that I do want to talk about that are starting here in just a couple minutes. Coastal Carolina in the first half. I got a -6.5 against OD. I was about to say the fucking team wrong. ODU. I got a -6.5. It's Old Dominion, man. It's like I know that they're an improved program. I know that they have gotten a lot better this season. I know that they've been covering spreads for people, but they are not equipped for this triple option and Grayson McCall today, in my opinion. And I think that full game we could see about a 10-point game, which is why I really like the first half under 6.5. So I'm all over Coastal Carolina in this early game. Do you got anything on that one?
I don't have anything on that one. I stayed off. Coastal Carolina is definitely one of the teams that I've noticed that you seem to have a much better grasp on than I do. So I've just started abstaining. I mean, if there's a team that I can't seem to read well and I've been on the wrong side of bets, I've gone up against you before and have not come out with the money. So I just, they're one of those teams. We all have teams that can be tough reads, and it's nothing against the ability. It's just saying that I have not had a great read on them from a side or a total or a spread perspective.
I love that nickname, Dabby and Moose Machado. I like that Moose Machado nickname, bro. I like that name. But I'll tell you, man. Look, Coastal Carolina is like I know this is a weird comparison, but it's like the Padres for me. I know that a lot of people 2 years ago, Coastal Carolina was the darling to bet on. They were covering spreads, or 3 years ago, nobody really knew who they were. And then last year, they came in and really fucked that up for a lot of people. They lost a lot of people a lot of money last year. But if you weren't paying attention to what was going on with Grayson McCall and with the team, you were putting yourself in really bad situations betting them. I personally did not lose a lot of money on Coastal Carolina last year because I knew when to stop betting them. And then this year, they are undefeated, but as far as covering spreads go, it's few and far between. But I still, like you just said, there's spots where I like them. And today is one of those spots in the first half.
Yeah, I got other games that I really like first half because last week was the first week I really, really went down the first half hole, and there was quite a few. I think all of my first half looks except for Duke, which I did take Duke first quarter, first half last week. I don't know if I'm going to go back to the well this week against North Carolina. The thing that I looked at more than anything was trying to get a team total, but when the full game total is set at 68, tough to find a team total that you're really going to love in the 30s. But I do have first half Ole Miss against Auburn. I think that's a really good bet for all the first half trends. Ole Miss has been one of the better first half teams. Auburn has not. Another situation where you look at first half is going to be with Western Kentucky against Middle. I am on Ole Miss first half. Yes,
I like that bet, man. What is it though? 7.5.
I got 7.5. Yeah,
I feel like that 7.5 is such a tricky number because I almost think it's designed to scare you off the bet. It's almost like it's like so what's going to sound stupid is what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like a good number to bet because it's like they're trying to tell you like, hey, don't bet this. Don't bet this because we know it's going to be 10 or 14 at halftime.
Yeah, the only number that I really feel a reaction to is 5.5. 5.5 is the only one. If it's a 7.5, I'm not reading into it as much as you do on that. The one I read between the lines is the 5.5. Because I think the 5.5 is trying to tell you that the dog is live, and you might be enticed to take the 5.5. It's like, oh, it should be a 7. But when a blind maker makes 5.5, I mean, the likelihood of beating the 5.5 becomes less and less likely because it really should just be a 4.5. There's no reason to throw the 5.5 on.
Old man, we got old man. He just put on the fucking dog. He just put on the dog for Tennessee. Let's go, Corso. That doesn't make me feel any better because he doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. But we got Corso on our side with Tennessee, baby. Let's go.
There you go. Yeah. For the Tennessee bet, I didn't take the side. I ended up being one of those people that's just scared of Alabama, especially when when Alabama's in the point spread of under 8. And I talked about this last night.
It's not under 8. It's 9.
Yeah, but I mean, when it started and it opened, maybe I should say when the spread opens at a number under 8.
That's not what the stat says. Don't lie to us. The stat says when it is 7.5. It doesn't say when it opens at 7.5.
Yeah, but it's all about when you bet it, though. I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs here. It's still the stat and the trend is very much alive in terms of how it was initially opened. And a lot of it did have to do with Young's injury, which I think a lot of people were waiting for the better number, anticipating that the line would change and would go up. But Alabama is amazing in these spots. They have just been an absolute dominant force, and they've been really dominant against Tennessee. Is Tennessee going to figure it out? Is Heupel the guy that can buck the trend? Possibly. But the way that I looked at it was I think that first half team total over 13.5 was one of the better bets that I could have made this week. Yeah, and that's where I made my bet. And then it was all about, do I want to double down and take Tennessee again? And I couldn't get there. If I didn't have that team total, I probably would be on Tennessee as a side because I do like them. But once I got that first half team total 13.5, I was like, all right, I'm out. I got it. I got what I needed. Trick or treat, got my trick, got my treat. I'm out.
Right. So real quick, back to the chat. Then we got to get our next guest in here. Razor said Kansas has already scored. Or not Kansas, Oklahoma has already scored. That's quick as fuck, man. Damn. Oklahoma's already up on the board. Weinstein said he's got half a unit on Michigan. Well, I hope you lose, but I'm glad you're in here, Weinstein, because you're my guy. Yeah. Justin, shout out to Justin all the way up over here. He said he's got USC money line and Caleb Williams over 274.5 passing yards at plus 320. That's fucking beautiful bet, man. I really like that. I mean, that's a lot of yards, but I do like it. I've got USC on the money line and on the point spread tonight also. So I do have that. But since OU's putting points up on the board, let's go ahead and get our guy and Miss Hound, two of the favorite people that I've met recently in this whole thing that we're doing here. Let's get them on up here with us. What's up, guys?
Hi.
What's good? Good morning.
I'm not as good with the intros because I barely made it today, but I'm here.
I was worried about you. I didn't see your get up and get money like at 6 a.m.
What? No, I tweeted it, didn't I?
Yeah, it was like an hour ago or whatever. I thought because you usually do it really early.
When we were in damn it, come on, play some defense. When we were in Vegas. Oh, did I not open the other studio yet, Moose? There we go.
I don't think so. I got the game up, so it's ready to go.
Let me get this for you guys too, so you can be on the same. When we were in Vegas, it took me until like 4 p.m. to send that tweet out. I still sent it though. I stuck to my guns. You better believe that.
It's great. You were like, nope, I'm still doing it.
Ooh, good hit, baby. Sorry, guys. I got my eyes on this Coastal Carolina game too. Hate it when I'm on first half and the other team gets the ball, but we're good. We're good. Yo, why is somebody else in this other stream with us? Did I send it? Who is Let's Eat? Shout out to Let's Eat, but he's in the game stream with us.
Shout out,
Well,
I see you in the comments, dude.
Nate, you nasty thing.
Shout out to our guy Nate. What up, Big Snizzle? He said he's on the first half under 24. There's the first look we've had on a total. Do you guys got it? You got any bets on this game, or did you not bet this one?
Fucking Tennessee team total, fucking 13.5. That Bama game. I know we're talking about Michigan and Penn State, but I needed to jump on there and say that shit. I'm all over that shit.
Say it
Tennessee,
one more time.
team total.
What is the 13.5 that Moose is on?
Yeah,
Nice.
all day. Whether they win the game and whether they win the shut the fuck up, Razor.
He was riding you before you even got in here. I don't know if you noticed. He was like, "Get our Oklahoma fan in here." Blah.
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm on the opposite side with the Michigan Penn State.
You're on Michigan?
Yeah, I'm on Michigan.
Boo! Boo! I wish you horrible, horrible luck.
I don't wish you guys bad luck. Maybe I'll hedge it in the second half if I'm doing bad, but I don't think I will be.
Yeah, that's one thing is we got to be in here looking for live bets. I don't know if how close everyone's been paying attention to it, but overall on these shows, Moose, we've been damn good with our live bets. The ROI is positive. Yeah. It is ass. Come on. Oh, fuck. I got 2 games on. Michigan takes the first snap, drops back, throws for a short pass. Penn State's defense is swarming. Don't get a fucking flag.
You got to be kidding me. You're not allowed to tackle anymore?
Idiot.
I think we're behind.
If you want to hop in that stream, first pass for Michigan was only a short gain for about 4 yards, but the Penn State player fucking flung him and threw him down. You can't do that.
I mean, you're not allowed to tackle? Personal foul, tackled him too hard.
Bro, he fucking probably flung him down after the whistle had already blown.
All right, yeah, I mean, I didn't hear the whistle, but I mean,
Razor leaned Michigan, so you know it's a dub.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Talking about it.
I don't like it. Maybe it's just a little trigger happy after what we saw in the NFL with those roughing the passer, but I mean, still, I mean, that stadium's got to be rocking, got to be tough to hear it, and it wasn't egregious. It wasn't like a ridiculous late hit.
I don't think it was a horrible, but he definitely didn't need to throw him down like that. Good run up the middle for Michigan. They're going to get 5 yards off of that on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Already up midfield.
Yeah, well, that was the penalty. Somebody just said punt block for Texas, so I'll do my best to keep all these other games up here. Let's go, Illinois. Brown's already got 16 rushing yards. I need him to keep that shit up. I need that to be my one thing that never fails. All right, let's see here. Michigan's got we'll go over bets today, guys. We'll go over the afternoon bets and stuff here in just a little bit too.
Yeah, and we didn't finish talking about the Michigan Penn State though. I'm leaning Michigan solely because I think Corum's going to be able to get it done against the Penn State linebacking core. They haven't played well all season. Secondary hasn't really played that well. I mean, I know they slipped up against Central Michigan a little bit. They showed themselves that game. I guess they were overlooking that game, but I kind of think Michigan's going to get it done. Corum's going to have a big game, and if John Harbaugh will let McCarthy get some wiggle on and let him run a little bit. I know he's trying to hold the playbook back because he doesn't want to show Ohio State because the only game Michigan cares about is Ohio State. But he's got to let McCarthy run loose today, and I think Michigan will get it done.
Yeah. One thing that I need – so what it looks like right now is they're getting good push up front on that run. That was a big first down run for Michigan. I'm counting on Penn State's defense to be able to stop the run here. If they're not able to, it's going to be a long game. It's going to be a long game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think Corum's going to have a big game today.
Let's see. It looks like a crazy touchdown at Kansas. Razor said he got hit, dropped it, but caught it off the tip. So he got laid out, dropped it, and then caught it again. That's kind of dope. Another run up the middle for Michigan. Looks like hard running right there for 6 yards. Man, Penn State doesn't have they don't have anybody getting through the line either quick. God, my attitude. Shit, fucking ODU came out and scored quick on Coastal Carolina.
And Penn State talking. They talking. They're not doing much of the locking it down, but they talking. Goddamn. Come on, Diaz, get those boys going.
All right.
They just keep feeding Corum. I mean, Penn State's linebacking core hasn't played well all season.
True. They're blitzing here.
They're not playing downhill. They're not filling the fucking gaps. They're not shooting gaps. They're just fucking – it's like they're waiting for it to come to them.
Can we see that play? It lagged for me. I didn't see it. So I guess he caught it and it's not a fumble.
He caught it. The ball ended up on the ground. They're trying to argue fumble, but I think they're begging. It'd be nice to see a replay. Yeah, it would definitely be nice to see did it come out? But no. Why do that? Why do that?
Yeah, why let us see what happened? We got 3rd and 1 here. Hey, what about getting some fucking push and making a big play right here for once? First time in the game. How about that? Looks like Michigan's got the line controlled again, and they're going to get about 2-3 yards. This line's going to keep getting that push. It's clear that Penn State's not going to be able to stop them. That was the whole thing that I was predicating this cap on, is that I thought that Penn State's front was going to be able to stop this run.
Yeah.
And if go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and the thing is like Michigan's been conservative all season because they don't want to show the playbook for Ohio State, which is fucking weird to me. But John Harbaugh always plays like that, and I feel like he's just going to grind it out today. Just solely based on what I said about the Penn State linebacking core, they haven't played well all fucking season long. And Corum is a good-ass running back. He's tiny, but he's a good-ass running back.
Razor said the public thinks it's impossible for the Yankees to lose today. Well, then the public's wrong, because in baseball, anybody can lose on any day, and I definitely think the Yankees could still lose.
Wait, with T-Mac on the mound?
Oh, he's telling me because he said put some money on Cleveland because the Braves are going to lose today.
Make him around Patty Field.
There we go. 2nd and 9. Another run. Good stop finally. I know it's not.
Don't carry him forward. What the fuck?
Damn, that guy. Bro. That guy just tackled him for 4 yards, bro. I hate that. They had him in the backfield, too.
Yeah, he was going for the ball. And then just ended up carrying him for an extra 4.
There we go. Coastal's out across the 50 here. I need Coastal to respond quick. I'm fine with ODU scoring as long as they respond.
I'm fucking excited you actually got a good game to call today, though.
Thank you. Well, Saturday's games have been pretty good. Games have been pretty good. It's just the Friday ones are tough. But, we're getting
Thursday night football as well. That's terrible. But you don't know.
Oh, Thursday night football is ridiculous.
Those games are so bad.
Oh, let's go. All right, incomplete.
Here we go. Hey, holding them to a field goal is a win here. He's going to kick the field goal, too. You know it. He's not going for it.
Oh, Kansas touchdown. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on, Kev.
Okay. Can things start turning around? What do you mean? Another Kansas touchdown? Or it's like 7-7 because you're late?
No, they just scored. Yeah, 7-7.
No, they did not just score. We literally went over that when they scored like
I mean, I just checked the score. So, I mean, I barely listen sometimes. So,
What kind of fucking play was that?
Which one are you talking about?
That Michigan play? I think I'm behind. I think we're behind.
What? My computer's about to go dead and it's on the charger. Hey, hop in the stream with us. With me, Moose, and Let's Eat. Shout out to Let's Eat still being in that stream with us. Get upfield, you fuck.
No, we're not behind.
wow. Next week's game is not great.
You're watching a different game.
Oh.
Tulsa Temple next week.
Tulsa Temple is still better than I said that yesterday. I'm curious to see what the spread is on that because if I get a decent spread on Tulsa, I'll take Tulsa.
Hey, the following Friday, East Carolina at BYU. That'll be enjoyable. That's a good one.
Moneyline said he's got to be a winning day for him. He's been on a drought like the Lil Wayne mixtape.
Oh shit, bro. That's the worst, man. It's like what DJ Big Boss says: when you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. Mills, I'm not even gonna front, man. I've kept my head above water in college football, but this isn't something that I like to keep my head above water in. This is something I like to fucking dominate. So keeping my head above water is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So let's turn it around today, Mills. We're gonna get that money today.
Damn, Kev, I'm not sure if you've looked at the schedule for the Friday, but there's a lot of East Carolina and Tulsa that's coming up.
There's a what?
A lot of East Carolina and Tulsa on Friday nights.
I don't got a problem with East Carolina. You can make some money off them if you bet them the right way.
Yeah, for like the rest of the year, it's basically Tulsa, East Carolina, East Carolina, East Carolina, Tulsa.
I like your hat. I like your shirt, Moose.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not wearing the Padre stuff for the NCAA. You know, those things are separate. Even though that last night and the week before,
talking poop from South Park today. Never mind. You're the only one that gets it.
Sorry, I've got my eyes on the other game here. I shouldn't have two games up because it's going to distract me. I'm going to get frustrated sitting here watching this one.
Oh no! That's the best way is to get frustrated and have all your emotions live on stream.
It might be fun for some people, but it's not fun for me.
I'm telling you, it's not fun.
It gets people to tune in.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
it's not fun. Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, look at this nervous fuck.
How's Oklahoma looking?
Oh no, I'm not worried about OU.
What are you doing right here? Coastal's going for it on 4th and 6, unless this is just smoke screen.
I want to watch that game too.
Nope, they're going for it.
What did Oklahoma think wearing new jerseys is going to make?
Come on, McCall. Yes. Oh God, I was stressing that play. Sorry, guys. I'm calling the wrong game here, but I got Coastal Carolina first half. They're already down. They just went for it on 4th and 6. McCall ran it for a first down though. Let's go,
Mr. Hankey. Yes, Mr. Hankey.
Bro, the funniest ones when they bring him back and they're like, when they bring him back on one of the recent ones, and he's like absolutely outrageous and they cancel him. It's like the cancer culture for Mr. Hankey. Have you seen that one?
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. It's like, oh, I just took some Xanax and I just got on Twitter.
Who did that? Was that Moose?
Yeah. Touchdown OU. No, that was Moose.
The
I got talents.
Like sounding like a cricket.
That was perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, appreciate you, Sideshow. He said these live streams are great. There you go. The chat enjoyed that, Moose. Good job. Good job.
Oh yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I got Mr. Hankey and I can do Tally. Both of those are pretty spot on in my opinion.
Right. There we go.
I mean, it's the same. It's literally the same type of voice. If you think,
I was going to say it's the same person, right?
Yeah, just like what's his face? Dr. Hartman and Mr. Peterschmidt is the exact same voice. There's no fluctuation on the voice at all.
Mr. Peterschmidt is one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, he's a great character. I love that.
Especially
character.
when
More this Kurt shit.
Yes, report said now OU wants to act like they're good. All right, first down for Michigan. Looks like they got the push there on the front side. Got about a yard for Penn State, but I mean, he was hitting the backfield.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty obvious play call that they're going to run like right up the middle and test Michigan. So I would expect them here to run something out to the outside. whether it's a wide. Oh, yeah. I mean, there has to be, if they're running outside, it's going to have to be some kind of wide receiver screen or maybe a quarterback draw here. But I thought they were going to try to go up the middle and then try to go outside to stretch out Michigan a little bit. But empty set.
Yep.
Clifford drops back, looking down the middle of the field, has a receiver, but short gain, continues on his feet. Michigan struggling to tackle. Football, we saw that before. We've seen Michigan struggle with the aspects of tackling. We saw it a little bit in Iowa, saw a little bit in Indiana, saw a hell of a lot in the Maryland game. I mean, that was the other part of my cap was I haven't really been all that impressed by Michigan's defense. I mean, when you allow Iowa to kind of move the ball on you and Spencer Petras to look somewhat competent as a quarterback, I would expect Penn State to be able to move the ball. But a huge 3rd and 1 early. If Michigan's able to get some kind of 3 and out here, and they're going to. They got the 3 and out.
Not only are they going to be able to do it, like, why are you trying to bounce that, bro? Either get no gain or get the first down. You don't fucking bounce a play on fucking 3rd and 1.
I don't know why you go back up the middle after what you saw the first play of the game. I mean, run something outside. Like it was almost the exact same play.
And you're in single back with no lead blocker, and then you bounce it outside.
Horrific blocking. That was horrific run blocking too.
Yeah, that's
give me a long game for Penn State. They're getting blown up.
That's the turning point of the fucking game right there.
Yep, they're going to
win right away. Right away. Just that wasn't a great call.
No, he should not have caught that.
But I mean, just based off of the war in the trenches, immediately Michigan landed a huge blow early with the 3 and out after a field goal, and now they get the ball back. But it could have been way worse for Penn State. I mean, if that ball was fair caught up at the 30-yard line, I think that's where it may have landed. It would be a little bit of a different scenario than having to work back out of inside your own 20.
No, I'm very fucking frustrated with this Coastal Carolina team right now. ODU just looked good on defense. Coastal missed a field goal. Fuck me. Looks like Texas has the ball back in the red zone, even though they just missed a field goal earlier. Mississippi has the ball against Auburn. Doesn't look like they're driving. Looks like they just got it. Still 7-0. Illinois is up on Minnesota. OU is now up 14-7. There's that. That over, I think Razor put it in the chat. He said should have played that over. That over in that Kansas-Oklahoma game might be – that looks good. They're getting points quick, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was set so high. That was the thing.
There's 21 points in the first quarter, and there's still 7 minutes left.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. If you took the over, you're feeling really good. I'm just saying that if you looked at the total before the game, I think it was, 67, 68? There were quite a few 67, 68s this week.
Yep. We got some big games coming up. You know, one game I haven't heard anybody talk about because it's a 3-3 team and a 4-2 team, but to me, it's still a good football game, is the Arkansas-BYU game.
Yeah.
BYU.
Yeah. I thought that was yeah. Well, and it's just about what kind of game is KJ Jefferson going to have? Is he is playing today?
He is. Yeah. What'd you say, Miss Hound?
Oh, nothing. I'm reading comments. I'm sorry.
Oh, what up, Joe Free in the chat? There's my guy out there. Man, I need this game to get back on. I need to see something good. I need something to go my way, man. Of course, every time I win the fucking early game that I'm on, I suck on the late games and vice versa. If I lose the early game, I kill it on the late ones.
Yeah.
All I'm seeing out of Coastal Carolina right now is getting fucking same thing I'm seeing from Penn State earlier. They're getting pushed around by ODU up front. That's one of my main things that I look at is the front on these games. And if somebody's going to get pushed around, it's going to get worse as the game goes on. So, like, if you're getting pushed around early, you're damn sure going to get pushed around later in the game. Like, there's no doubt.
Yeah, the only way it would change is if your offense is able to get out in the field for a significant amount of time and just allow defense to rest and scheme and come up with something. But if you are getting what just happened with Penn State, which is a 3 and out, dude, that push is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. You're going to have your offense do something. And, man, it didn't even look like there was push from the offensive side. It looked like Michigan was dominating on both ends.
Yeah. OU's defense is getting punked, too, is what Cliff said. Yeah, OU's not got much on
it. OU's never good on defense, dude.
Coastal Carolina. you.
Not since the year 2000, the last time we got a natty.
Yeah, and it was definitely at this point we can officially say it was false thinking that Venables was going to be able to go over there and create a defensive culture. Yeah, no, it's just it's continued offensive.
Yeah.
The defense is so bad it's offensive.
Exactly.
Boom.
How in the hell would anyone think that?
Deep pass, complete.
We don't even recruit on defense. We just let people show up. Like, hey, you want to play corner? It's cool. Like, we're going to put up 70, so it doesn't matter. Just get out here and play.
Yeah, you run fast, right? We need people to catch people from behind.
That's wild.
Damn, that was a good pass. That was a good pass, man.
Yeah.
Jay Landon,
that was the other thing.
Under on the Kansas game at 86.
Holy shit! Yeah, it feels like that game could go to 100.
86.
Based off what's happening already.
Jesus Christ, that's so high.
Yeah, that's high.
Oh, another good run. Dude,
Get him!
Guys, you got to stop going for the ball.
You motherfucking suck-ass motherfuckers. Thank you.
Man, they got to stop going for the ball.
Coastal Carolina just got a sack. I've already given up on them, but come on, motherfuckers. Joe Free said this game is going to stress him out. Well, if you're on the same side with me with Penn State, it might not be that stressful because they might just get their ass kicked. So,
yeah, it might be done quick. We'll rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Look at the Army. You should have.
Nate, what'd you get on that line? Nate said his Michigan first quarter is looking good. What'd you get on that?
First down again.
What is that shit? Click on that one real quick.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
for.
Cliff said 86 is crazy till they score 100.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah. I mean, that game feels like it's about to be like 55 to 49.
That would be normal Big 12 type of play, but that's not what
crazy. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't mean crazy like it can't happen. I just meant it's crazy just to hear. You know, like what the fuck?
No, it is crazy.
Yeah,
86. You're like, what the fuck? And you're like,
that total could go up. Rolls out right. Tosses it down to nobody. You got to be careful with that one.
Who?
Michigan. I mean, just kind of throwing it. Karen just kind of throwing it up in bounds.
Just because I'm
just saying
about a bet doesn't mean I don't want to win it. Throw that shit up. Come on, you got it. Throw that shit up.
He did. He literally did. He just did.
Right to the white uniforms.
No.
Pick the Michigan over. I'll start looking at these live lines too in a minute. You guys, anybody who's been here, you know I wait for just a little bit to start looking at them.
Yeah, it's just Michigan team totals are tough because of the pace of play they use.
No, he's not going to get the first down. What, it's going to be 3rd and 3? 3rd and 3 here for Michigan coming up?
Yeah. It's just the pace of play that Michigan uses and how they slow down in the second half typically. So that makes any kind of team total difficult. But if you want to go first half team total, you generally do see Michigan play the first full half as if it's close regardless of the score. We saw that with Iowa, and we've seen it in the past.
Oh, nice, Bo. He said he's puffing on some bubble mints. This is it's some of that Runts. It's all right. Runts is, if it's grown right, it's good. This Runts it's all right.
First down.
Not bad.
Michigan, dude, doing what they want. Penn State right here. It's sad to say, but it's like if they can find a way to hold them to a field goal again, it's cool. But this does not look good for Penn State, man.
Yeah, they got to get it.
27, 3rd down.
Whoa, there we go. We're good. It's easy for Michigan right now. Like this isn't high stress plays. Like this is easy. This is just fucking pitch and catch and running up the middle. Like they're not even doing anything.
This is Madden on rookie.
Yeah, this is easy. I don't know how to say it. Like they're moving the ball easy, bro.
Are you guys looking at 1st and 10 too?
Yeah, 1st and 10 here. Good coverage downfield. Get his ass. God,
so much time though.
He had so much
time.
You gotta hit that ball, man. That guy's gotta get his hands on that ball.
He was able to hop back there, read an episode, or
Look
read
at
a
that.
book.
Oh, we can't count it because it's not live. But I was saying, bro, he had. Look at that time. Run, you fuck. Look at that time. He's scared
So
of
you
that
went
one
back there and read.
fucking spy. Yeah, he had a spy
You read
on
the
him. I
entire
saw
book
it.
of Chamber of Secrets.
I think we're caught up now, maybe.
All right, 2nd and 10. Quarterback pulls it. Good bootleg right there. You're going to get about 5 more yards. Where's that sound?
Oh, bad spot. Bad spot. They only gave him a couple.
Really?
Based off of where I saw the ref standing. Yeah, 3rd and 5.
It was a bad spot. Touchdown, Kansas. Damn, 14-14 that game. Come on, Kansas. Come on, Kansas.
It's fine. They're just on a different string.
Jeez. You've had 4 touchdowns already?
Yo, Coastal Carolina is not able to move the ball against ODU. That's very weird to see. Like, they can't move it at all. Wide open, man. How is he that open on a play like that, bro? Like,
You blitz the linebackers.
Just odd everywhere.
like
I mean, yeah. As soon as they read that there was going to be a middle linebacker blitz, it was pretty easy just to see. Okay, well, I think he should have went a little bit more underneath. I think if they went underneath on that, you have a touchdown.
yeah, they
This
said
is
where
gonna
they
get right there.
Yeah, Ron, another field goal would have been nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a touchdown here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a score.
I mean, if Penn State doesn't respond, this game could get ugly quick, like real quick.
Yeah.
Really, really, really quick.
Yeah, which is it's so weird because we've seen Michigan struggle with other conference opponents. I mean, we saw Indiana keeping it close. We saw Maryland keeping it close.
I think Michigan's just on cruise control, man. They're just waiting to play Ohio State. I know that seems crazy, but I feel like
Play in the
stop.
backfield.
they do
Good play.
that
I
often.
mean, if
That looked
they
like
get
holding,
somehow,
too.
it's 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and
I
goal,
think,
man. They
I
hold them
think they're
to
a
a field
little
goal
better
here.
than what they've shown.
If they hold them to a field goal here, that's a momentum shift, like in a
We're
big
still
way.
we're still on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, we're on 2nd and goal.
Are you? Was that not third? Was that not 2nd down right there?
No.
That I-
You know what I'm saying? We're behind.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah, it's 3rd and goal right now.
Are you not in the stream with us?
No.
Click the other StreamYard that's in the private chat. I got you.
You already did.
we
Oh, big blitz. Good play.
Stopped him.
Good play, defense. Let's go, bro. Now get the ball back and go fucking score. You are so lucky to have a chance in this football game right now.
Does Michigan go for it?
No. What? No. Harbaugh's not going to go for it, bro.
No, he's too conservative.
He's
Yeah,
lazy.
I think he is too conservative. I think there's coaches out there that are looking how Michigan just moved the ball.
I would go for it.
Nah,
Yeah, he's
goal.
not.
Yeah,
He's kicking a field goal.
Yeah, he's conservative. That was a shitty play call.
It really was. It really was. Hit the field goal. So
yeah, it was a weird time for that. Weird, but I mean, a lot of teams are doing that shovel pass. I mean, that's the Chiefs and Andy Reid have almost perfected that little shovel pass. But that was a long shovel pass. I mean, that was like a 5-yard pass almost.
I'm not even sure if he was intending on doing that.
Damn, bro.
He's like, I'm just gonna get it out of my hands. I see white jerseys. That was a shitty play call.
Ah, God, Coastal Carolina is doing terrible right now. First quarter just ended. ODU's up 7-0. Coastal's got the ball, but McCall just got sacked, holding on to it way too long. Very frustrating to see. Sideshow, I don't got a look on that UConn game. I looked at it, but no, I didn't play it, man. I didn't play it. I need Penn State to respond here. I need something to start going my way, because Coastal Carolina does not look good. I got Kansas also. Talked about that on the sesh. I know I'm against Razor there, but I got Kansas. I need them to keep it just in the spread. I don't give a shit if they win the game or not. Nate said Razor is sick and resting when Kansas scores. That's funny. That's funny. Shout out to all you guys in the chat, man. If we haven't talked about any of the games you want to talk about, throw them in there for us so we can go over them. There's still a lot of money to be made today. I'm pretty high on USC. I've been saying that a lot today against Utah. If DTR and look, I think Robinson's great for UCLA, but if they were able to move the ball the way they were able to move it, I don't see any reason why USC won't also. I think that USC and UCLA are the two teams to beat in the Pac-12 right now, and I like USC a lot today. You got to look on that one or no? D, you got to look on that game or no?
Not on the USC game. No, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I've been in the lab.
Oh, yeah. And look, most gamblers, when they hear lab, they think something different, but you're talking about a real lab. You've been in the real lab. That's a lab. Fuck all those gambler labs. You've been in the real lab.
Yeah, in the fucking lab. My bad. And I'm looking at this fucking OU game. I can't believe we're 3-3, dude. And we're breaking out the new jerseys in the middle of the crappy season. You're like, dude, anything to keep it alive, dude.
Hey, if you're gonna lose, look good losing, you know?
Yeah. No, I didn't even get a chance to look at the USC game, to be honest.
Winetine's against me again, and he knows his Pac-12, man. So I don't like seeing that. He said he thinks Utah's going to run the ball down USC's throat. Yeah, I think Utah's not going to have a problem running the ball, just like they didn't have a problem moving the ball on UCLA. Cameron Rising he's good, but he's not great, man. He's good for a fuck up or two a game. It just is what it is. Like he'll lull you into thinking, oh, like look, he made how did he get out of that? He's evasive. He made a good run, makes a few passes, but he's got an ugly throwing motion. He's a backup that took over for a reason. I think we'll get a couple mistakes out of him. And as bad as USC's defense is, the one thing they are good at is capitalizing on turnovers. So I like USC a lot. That's mine on that one. What's that?
A beer.
Guinness? Okay. I guess Guinness doesn't go in the boot, right?
Get over.
No, it does not. But there's your perfect pour right there. Oh, yeah.
Molasses.
Look at that snow. Look at that brown snow. Oh, yeah.
We have Frosty Nugs.
What other game you won, Cab?
Oh, shit. Ross said he laid 500 on USC. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but here we go. Cliff said OU turnover.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
Let's go.
Good. I need
Come
that
on, baby.
I need that.
Come on, Kansas.
I don't have anything on that game either. You know, I don't bet OU, so.
Damn, Cap, we should have chased. We should have chased that line.
No, they just need to cover the original line. And then
I would have liked the 10.5. Yeah, I just didn't think that. I mean, that was one of those games where I was like, oh, I think this line's going to remain a 7, regardless of if Gabriel comes back. We've already seen what Oklahoma's looked like with and without Gabriel. And yeah, it's a worse version, but the version with Gabriel isn't exactly amazing. No. But yeah, it was just one of those things. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to chase this. And especially after Razor was talking last night, how some of it's always kind of nice to get a refresher on when public just starts hammering a team and the line doesn't change, and how much the public loved Kansas and the line kept on going up. Just saying, all right, here, how about this number? You like it still? How about this number? Oh, you really like that? All right, let's get more money on Kansas.
Right. Yeah. See it. Yeah. So Perfect Rotation said it closed at 10.5. Yeah, it closed at 10.5, and I bet it at 7.5, bro. So
I fucking bet it at 7.
Wait, who said that? You did this? You got 7?
I got it at 7. I was like, yeah, this is going to be 7.
Thank you for that.
I got it at 7. Like, I got 7 at plus 105, and it was on. It was a time when you couldn't buy points. I was like, oh, I mean, if this line goes up at all, I'll go back and I'll play it. And when it went up to 8, it was like, oh shit, it went up to 8, and then it went up to 8.5, and then it went up to 9. And it was like, this is all right. What the hell's going on here? Because I'm seeing money going on Kansas, and the line's going to Oklahoma, and that's when I started getting really nervous.
Bro, I can't hear what's going on the game we watch or the game that I have on over here. So they're reviewing a targeting call. So I can't really, and I didn't really get a good look at it. So, and you know how this shit is, but it was on McCall. Let's see. Oh yeah. Is it weak? Yes. But did he hit him with the crown of the helmet? Yeah, he did. But he hit him in the chest, but still he lowered the crown of his helmet. It's targeting, right?
Yeah. It is crown of the helmet. But I mean, it isn't if the ball carrier engages or goes down to the level of the helmet.
Well, if they lower the crown of the helmet, it doesn't even have to be helmet to helmet, does it?
Oh, I thought you were talking helmet to helmet. Oh, if it's just the crown of the helmet, like if it's literally they lowered their head, then yeah, no, that's targeting. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It doesn't even have to be helmet to helmet if they lead with the head, right?
Another run up the middle, like maybe run outside the tackles, guys.
This shit, bro. What is it? Second down and 8 again.
They ran
every time, bro.
Ran in between the tackles.
I don't know what we didn't expect anything else though. Like
I did. I thought they were going to utilize Clifford outside. I thought it was going to be way more outside zone. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought they were going to do a lot of like read options.
They just can't miss on their big plays.
Yeah.
Cliff City's jumping on OU -4.5 live. There we go for our first live bet in here. Our guy Cliff, man, let's go get that money, bro. Anybody else jumps
quarterback draw up the middle. I mean, maybe get outside the tackles, guys.
I see Jay Landon. Shout out Jay. He said, I got 12 live. I don't know what you mean 12, but what game you mean 12 in?
All right, well, 3rd and 9, really bad spot for Penn State again. I mean, are they going to go 3 and out again? 2 possessions, 6 plays?
Bro, what the fuck? They reversed the targeting call, but still I'm so confused right now, but still got the 15 yards and the first down, so I can't hear. What the fuck does that mean they call?
What is Penn State doing? They are confused as fuck.
He takes a snap there. He's got a receiver, but he's not going to get. I mean, 3rd and 9, and you're throwing that? We got a flag on the field.
Still, I mean, there was so much confusion pre-snap. That was a really offsides at least, but still, I mean, I'm not enjoying how this game is getting called right out the gates. It's like they're trying to purposely test Michigan up the middle, and they seem intent on penetrating the middle, and they're running routes underneath the first down on 3rd down.
Penetrating.
That was not off. I don't know about that. Yeah, right. They're penetrating. You know, they have to do their duties. You know,
their duties.
I couldn't help it. My bad.
Fucking children out here. God damn.
I couldn't help it, bro. Don't you use terrible words like fucking girth and penetrating that you never should use. Like, I don't know why those are in your vocabulary.
Especially girth.
English.
No one.
He used it.
Girth has come up quite a bit recently. I'm not gonna lie.
Throw the ball. God damn, this team looks bad, bro. Penn State's terrible. So they suck. I'm just gonna get that out there. They're not good.
Yeah, pressure and penetration right up the middle.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Gaping hole.
Stop.
So did the clock run? What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna go get my first drink on that note. You two can hold it down for a second.
Yeah.
Go get some liquid go get some liquid down your gullet.
Make sure you get H2O.
Dude,
you gotta stay hydrated. It's gotta be a hydration cab.
No, he's getting ready to get some Jose.
So the stream that
he's gonna get some suds for the duds.
Suds for the duds.
Yep. That's what it feels like the bets are right now. A lot of them not going well. And the one that I know the Cab and I talked about right before we hopped on, we were like, yeah, I mean, I don't really want to try to chase that Kansas line. And
pub sports culture. Yes.
Is that where we're going? Am I taking us back there personally? Am I to be personally responsible for the relocation? Because of words like gaping and penetration and girth?
No, heck no.
Those are football. Those are football terms.
Whoa.
Yeah. Those are some football terms.
We're talking about guys in the trenches, just describe them the way they were, how they're playing, the physicality. You got it. You're penetrating the line, breaking through the defense. It's all good.
And there's certain words and terms in football that never really made sense to me, like offensive tackle. You're not tackling. You're preventing tackle.
Yeah.
Right guard, left guard makes sense. You're guarding the quarterback. You're guarding the running back.
Totally.
But like offensive tackle, it's like I don't think you're allowed to offensive tackle.
You can't tackle at all on offense. That's totally against the rules.
Yeah, and a nose tackle isn't a tackle. It's just a position.
Yeah.
But if you told somebody like, "Oh, he's nose tackle," it's like, "Oh, does he like have a really strong nose? Like, what happens there?"
He has a nose for tackling, dude.
He has a nose for tackling. That's why they put him in nose tackle.
Yeah, and he doesn't line up over the offensive tackle either, so the name doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and cornerback, is he on the corner or is he back? Like, which is he? You can't be both. You can't be on the corner and then back.
He plays the corner and back, like covered 3.
I got you. And when I was playing, when I first started learning how, because when I was a younger kid, I never really played football. When I was young, like Pop Warner, Pee Wee, it was always baseball for me. And so I never really knew the positions. When I finally learned them when I was like 9, 10, 11, 12, something like that. And I found out there were 2 safeties, and one of them was strong and the other one was free. I was like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Don't worry, you're coming back late. And I heard one of them strong, one was free. I was like, so does that mean the strong one has to always be bigger than the free one? And does the free one have the ability to just like go off?
I already heard enough. What? Please tell me you didn't do that the whole time I was gone. Was I gone for a long time?
No, he was cool. You could have let him finish.
No, you liked it?
Stand up.
Devin gave
it was Moose stand up. It was Moose stand up for a little bit, making fun of terms in football.
Yeah,
it was great.
Gas was on the side with me. He said, "Have Moose timeout." Thank you, Gas.
I'm used to timeout. I was a spoiled little kid. That's all I got. I never got the spankings.
Radio on us, bro.
Yeah, I got a face for radio, bro.
I was spoiled too.
No, radio, like the movie, Radio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Junior.
Was it retard?
Oh, you can't. That's really gonna get us kicked off.
Oh no!
What? You can't say radio?
No.
Or retard.
Or retard.
Oh,
Either
man.
one of those things are acceptable.
I think it's all about context. It's all about how you use it.
Hey, Cliff, if that's the case, like they're dominating Coastal Carolina. I mean, Coastal Carolina might score, but I think they get scored on again. It's domination, bro. I have my eyes on that game. It's domination. I guess I'm fucking on the wrong side. It's frustrating to see. Coastal Carolina's gone for 4th and 1 twice and not got it. It's like,
so that stream you sent is not the game stream.
What is it?
It's to get back into the broadcast.
Oh, well, let me do it again. My bad. First down, and they get about 2 yards here.
Goddamn, partner.
You be quiet. You stop reporting that, sir.
Well, yeah, no, nobody said anything. I know the lines. There's no lines that have been crossed, unless Moose did when I wasn't here.
No, I was completely civil. I just used words that you don't like to hear, like Scott Frost.
That is crossing a line right there in itself.
I said it.
He's dead. He's dead. Let him die. Let that motherfucker die. He's gone and he's not coming back. I want him to just let him go. Let him die. Let his name just fucking be a whisper, bro. No more. Ever again.
Oh man, I just love that he's like Voldemort now.
All right, we got 3rd and 4.
Hey, speaking of Voldemort, R.I.P. Hagrid.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Right? That sucks, bro.
That does.
I'll side with you on that one. That sucks.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Mm.
He just.
Yeah, I didn't even know what his name was, and when I saw that my buddy posted, I was like, I don't even know who that is, and he goes Hagrid. Like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, his name is Hagrid.
Yeah, that's how I knew him.
Another first down for Michigan. Look, bro, This game could easily be 14-0 right now, too. They just got
should
stalled
be
on both drives.
14-0.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the difference in how Michigan picks up the blitz versus how Penn State's picked up the blitz. When Michigan has brought the blitz, they've penetrated and got home.
Bro, Penn State had 2 weeks to prepare for this shit, bro. Like, come on.
That's the other part that we were looking at is just the amount of preparation. But Franklin on the road has not exactly been consistent.
You had 2 weeks. You had 2 weeks, and your offense looks like this. Like, what the fuck?
Look at their linebacker.
Good.
Oh
pressure.
my goodness!
Oh, you got to be kidding me, bro! And he catches it too. Wow, what a fucking play by Michigan and not play by fucking Penn State. That was a bad pass, bro.
Not play.
Fucking Penn State sucks, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, Franklin has done this before though, where he's gone on the road and just laid a wet fart of a game, and looks like that's what we're getting here. I mean, the last time Penn State won was 2020, which I didn't really count because there were no fans there.
Yeah.
At least there wasn't a full stadium. So it wasn't exactly the same. And before that, it hadn't been since 2015, 2016 or something like that. 2014, since Penn State has won at the Big House.
Yeah, good pressure by Penn State there, though. Got him in the backfield. It's going to be third.
I mean, you're slowly seeing Penn State start to get a little bit of a handle on the defense.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's still like, yeah, I'm not buying it. Like, I'm thinking that Michigan just hasn't executed some of their blitz pickups. They haven't executed some of their blocking schemes. And as soon as they get that back, there has been really no push. Even the times that Penn State has been able to get into the backfield defensively, they haven't really gotten there quickly. It's taken a lot of time.
I agree.
Big hole right there. Look, bro. It's like even when they make a tackle, they're the ones taking the hit, bro. That running back, look at that little dude, bro. He's running hard, bro.
Yeah, every single one of these is a fall forward tackle. I've not seen a driven back tackle. He
runs this guy over, bro. Look at this. Boom. He's the one getting
forward.
Hit. Running back, bro. Oh, look at this view of it. How do they have that view? What the fuck kind of camera is that? Is that in the sky?
That's the umpire cam. It's umpire cam.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's rare that they use it, but
all right, I'm gonna start looking at the lines here in just a minute, man. I don't know, man. This it's like maybe if we can get a few more stalled drives or something, maybe we can look at a second half over or something. Because for all the fucking moving the ball, there's not very many points, and there's been a lot of fucking yards in this football game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it all depends on the score. Because if Michigan's got a significant lead, they're just going to do what they've done in the past, which is grind the ball out.
They're not doing anything special.
They're doing it
now. That's what they're doing now. And if they're moving the ball right now, why is that going to change? You see what I'm saying?
Touchdown. Oh my goodness, he almost had it.
Why is that? They're not. It's not like they're fucking airing it out, Moose. They're running their regular offense right now. They already are.
Yeah, I mean.
Good old Harbaugh.
McCarthy.
They're just playing hardball ball. That's all they're doing.
Yep. They're just running it. I mean, just outside, inside.
Hand the ball off, grind it out. McCarthy can't throw. He's a shitty quarterback. So they're like, hey, I'm just going to run the rock. I don't think McCarthy.
Here comes another outside run.
It's too easy, bro. It's just so easy. It's the same thing I'm talking about with Coastal Carolina. Like, there's just a clear fucking when you're matched on the front on both sides of the ball. Like, it's very hard to change that outcome that's already coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just didn't see a mismatch.
I didn't think they were going to be this outmatched either. I didn't think it was going to be that dominating, bro. But watch the push on the offensive line every single time. They are blowing Penn State off the ball, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, if anything, I would look at a Michigan team total because, I mean, what have we seen from Penn State besides very quick possessions, extremely quick possessions, ridiculously quick possessions?
Yeah. I mean, they
even got an extra play.
If you're Penn State or you're on Penn State like we are, the only thing you can look at this and say is like, you know, there's a chance that after this drive that it's still fucking a 9 or 2 score game, which is insane that it's still a 2 score game with all the offense that Michigan's had.
Yeah, well, even if they score a touchdown, it's still just going to be a 2 score game.
Yeah,
regardless. Well, you said a field goal. I thought that's what you said. My bad. Again, my listening
I
skills.
just gave both variables. 9
Oh,
or
variables.
2
There you go.
whatever. Either way, 2-score game. It's gonna be 9 or 14, whatever it'll be. Because it's gonna be it's gonna be a 2-score game either way. I think.
Yeah, because if they score a touchdown, it's only going to be 2 scores.
Man, I would like some fucking happy fucking shit to fucking cheer about. I would like somebody to do something good.
Are you on Texas and Iowa State?
Nope.
Nope.
Didn't bet that.
Well, Cliff is talking about it.
What did he say?
That they're punking Texas.
Are they? Yeah, let's see. I got 7-0. Iowa State's up right now 7-0 in the second quarter. Moose, I got good news for you, for somebody at least. Ole Miss is up 14-0 right now at the end of the first quarter, and they got the ball in the red zone.
Let's go. Yeah, I told you there's certain first half trends that I'm trying to hop on, and that was one of them.
Yeah, Ole Miss has been good, man.
Yeah, Auburn first half is an absolute fade, and you can get them at a better price here because Auburn does play better second half. But I think I said that last week a bunch, and it didn't work out. So take that with a grain of salt. Unsal. Oh shit! Wow. Anybody that's watching the stream, that was a weird commercial. I was not expecting that.
Let's go, Philly. Let us know what else you got today for the rest of the day, Philly. We've been talking about some of the events coming up.
What about Colgate Army? Anybody messing with that?
Ugh.
Probably not. Shout out, Mac Mark. I don't even know what the spread was on that game. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's crazy that
winning.
After I heard James Madison in the fucking
oh my god, bro, this is how bad my day is going.
What's up?
ODU would have just thrown a pick 6, but they called a fucking false start. The Coastal Carolina guy caught it and everything.
It's early in the day, dude.
Oof.
Oh fuck me, bro.
It's early.
That's like the only way I would have had a chance to get back in this fucking game, man. Fuck.
Early. You're gonna eat on that USC.
I know. Thank you. I'm excited for that game. I'm excited.
Yeah, you'll eat on that.
Bro, how does that happen? Like, he fucking jumped the route, intercepted it, and then now they're punting, but like
falling forward again.
No.
It's like Michigan is able to read where the blitz is coming from and then just have the cutback lane already established away from where the blitz is.
Look at the hole, bro. Look at that hole.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying.
It's like, here's your 5 yards. Let's go to the next play.
They're pretty much lining up and saying we're better than you guys and we're just gonna run. We're just gonna be stronger than you and boss your ass.
They are. What happens here if fucking Harbaugh makes another? If somehow right now Penn State gets penetration, you think he fucking kicks another field goal, bro? This is bro. Like
he
roll
will.
the ball out. Let your quarterback throw the fucking football, man.
He's gonna kick a field goal. If they stop him, he'll kick it. He's not gonna even.
He's got a first down.
They got it.
He's not even gonna think about it. Even if
I don't know what Penn State is cheering about. They're now got a first and goal from the 1.
Yeah, they just got blown off. Look at the line pressure right there. Look at that.
Well, that's a touchdown.
Why are you using? They called a timeout.
He rushed 2 defenders off the field. He probably didn't have his defense set up.
What do you?
Franklin is scrambling, literally.
This is pathetic, bro. This is pathetic on all levels, from the players to the coaches to every aspect of the game.
Yeah, you had a long time to prepare for this game specifically.
I don't see any fucking way that Penn State's going to change any of this shit. There's not going to be coaching adjustments made. You had 2 weeks.
No,
you had 2 weeks to get ready. 2 weeks. What are you going to do what are you going to do at halftime? You had 2 fucking weeks. I'm going to bet Michigan at halftime. I don't even care if they score here or not. I think I'm probably just going to do that.
Yeah, you look at the numbers of what was going on coming into the game with Michigan just having the strength they've got in the run game and the strength that Penn State had in stopping the run game. And I thought that McCarthy was going to have some kind of game through the air for Michigan to be able to have success. And nope, they can still just run it right down Penn State's throat.
They fucking suck. Because you know what? They're not a good. I didn't think Michigan had played anybody. That was my thing. Is I was just like, Michigan really hadn't played anybody, bro. Like, but
touchdown carried him forward.
Look at that. You get 2 people on him in the backfield, and he still fucking scores. That's a touchdown.
They marked him down.
No, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Yeah, he just continues to move forward. I've yet to see them push back Corum.
Oh. I felt like he was going to do that all day. I mean, Penn State's linebacking core is just not solid. They don't fill the gaps. They don't shoot the holes. They don't anticipate shit. Which is weird because Penn State's known for linebackers. I mean, hell, Micah Parsons is the best player in the league right now, and he's from Penn State, and he played linebacker. But they're not going to get it done today, guys. They're not.
No, I'm not seeing it.
No, they're not. I mean, if you're Penn State, look, if you're Penn State, they're not going to. From what we've seen, they're not going to. But if you're Penn State, you are still fucking in this football game, and you have had your fucking ass waxed up and down the field. So if you have anybody who's a leader in that fucking team, anybody who's a leader on that team right fucking now, they have to come out and score. I don't think they're going to do it. But if they come out and score right here, it's like, yo, what the fuck? This is a 6-point game, and we beat your ass like that? Like, so right now,
Clifford,
they better have somebody in that huddle that's saying that too. They need to know, like, it's now. It's fucking now, or we're not going to do it.
They have to.
It's Sean Clifford. Right. That's the guy. If you're talking about who's going to be the guy, it's going to be Sean Clifford. That's the guy that will have to do it. He has to do it. It's not going to be anybody else.
I mean, yeah, because they look like shit, bro. They don't look good.
No. I mean, when you are literally getting pushed backwards when you're making tackles. Yeah.
You know where Big Show's at, man. Big Show said he might hop in here. He's a big Michigan fan. He can bring good energy for the Michigan people. At least somebody's cashing, man. I know gas reports on Michigan. At least somebody. It makes me happy that some of the people in here are at least going to cash. That's the only positive that comes out of being on this. And we still got a lot of football left, and it's 12-0, or 13-0 is what it's about to be. But it's like, this just doesn't. You know, if Penn State doesn't respond here, I'll probably bet Michigan, regardless of what the score is at halftime.
Yeah. I mean, it's early. Still got 8 minutes left in the second quarter. You got the whole second half, but it doesn't look good.
No,
like you said, when you're winning in the trenches and you're already bullying them at the very beginning of the game, it's only going to get worse later.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
Corum's going to break a 60-yard run. He's probably going to have like $175 today.
Let's see. You got any other action other than the games we've talked about, Moose, on these early games, or is that all?
Yeah, you want me to just go through my card real quick?
Yeah, more preferably the ones that haven't been bet, so we can talk about those because there's still a lot of football left today. But also, you can touch on whatever you're happy or mad about. Also,
yeah, I mean, I'm on Miami, Ohio. I was on them first quarter, and I got them full game. First half, Ole Miss. I'm also on Kansas. I did sprinkle the money line a little bit. And then I'm on first half Toledo against Kent State. First half Tennessee team total over 13.5. We've already talked about that. D-Lou also on that. So got some good company there. First half Western Kentucky against Middle Tennessee. First half Tulane versus USF. And first half James Madison. Both Tulane and James Madison are two of my favorite plays of the week against USF and Georgia Southern. Two teams that have struggled first half, and I believe I have the better team regardless of the first half trends.
Nice. Well, shout out to our guy in the chat, Sharkwater Nation, guys. Make sure, if you haven't, I'm sure you probably already have, but if you haven't, go follow him on his new Twitter, because he had to get a new one because Twitter's some bitches. So I'm just going to say it. Facts.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So shout out to our guy Sharky out there, man. He said, click me in for a hell yeah, bro. Shark's gonna hop in here with us. That's what I'm talking about. See, there's our guy right here. Devin, I know you're not big on Twitter, but you should make one just so you can follow Shark. Trust me.
No doubt.
Talk about some of the bets you got today too. Let me find this.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab the new Twitter handle. I didn't know that the handle had changed. That's definitely one of those must follows, especially with NBA season getting underway. All those guys, Jay Money, Sharky, Shark Water.
Why did you get a full ban?
Because Twitter's bitches. We don't have to talk about it. I'm just saying that I don't want to.
Yeah, Ron Lofton.
I don't want to bring that energy. I just want to let people know, like, follow him on his new one if they haven't yet.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. It's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to send it. Moose, can you send it to him? I'm so
Ron Lofton, that's a good tell. That Tennessee first half over 13.5. I'm fucking with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron
like
Lofton.
Tennessee first half.
I'm
I
not
like
really-
that.
That's a good. That's a safe one. That's a good one. Get some money off the game because Bama might roll on that.
That clip.
Yeah. I mean, it felt like they were inviting it, for people to bet the 13.5 team total over. And Alabama has, in the past really been able to shut them down. But if you look at how Tennessee has come out in every single game, they've averaged 21 points in their first half. So if you're giving me 13.5 and I only got to get 14, I'm going to take that.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean,
go
I
ahead.
agree. I agree. That's what I was going to say.
Are you sending
it could be
so bad at this, man?
What's going on?
Are you sending Shark the invite, or because I'm trying to, but I'm so bad. I usually use my phone, and I'm on my computer.
That's why
I can. Do you want me to show you how to do it? I can literally walk you through the stages.
There it is. I found it. Never mind. We're good. The search button's in a different spot. Sorry.
Couldn't find the search button. There you go. Yeah, that search button, that magnifying glass can be tough to find sometimes.
What? Look, see, I'm still trying to make sure I'm doing this right. Stop messing with me for just a second. Oh, there it is. See,
and maybe you can
don't distract him. He's parallel parking.
I
did
threw
it.
him behind him. Bad pass.
Score. Gosh, man.
Score.
Left at the goal line again. You got Tennessee money
Gotta
line
get
ready?
something going here. What about Tennessee money line?
I think I just said that. What'd you say?
What about Tennessee money line? What'd you ask?
No, I just said Ray. He's got Tennessee money line. Our guy Ray out there.
Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, there you go. Shout out Ray. What's up? What's cracking?
Penn State is trash.
What's blacking?
Penn State is trash.
Watching, I got too many games on right now. I got this Coastal game.
Oh my goodness!
So there's not much more introduction
Crunched.
because he's already back here. But one of the best cappers, and also just a great follow in general for life and sports. Touchdown Coastal. Our guy here, Shark. I was gonna say Nation in general for life and sports. Touchdown Coastal.
Oh, Clifford has it! Clifford's gone! Oh, there's your big play! Oh, no! Oh, Clifford has it! Clifford's gone!
Hey, you got. We got an echo. Is that me?
Damn, that sounded good.
Oh my God, it's on a loop.
That sounded real good, though.
Is that me?
Yeah, that sounded good.
Oh my God, it's on a loop.
That sounded real good, though.
Was that my fault? Right there?
Yeah.
I think I had the game on in the background. My fault. I apologize, guys.
No, you're good, man. I've never, in all of my times on here, I've never seen that happen. That was crazy.
Oh, I loved it. I love hearing myself. So that was a good time for me.
I'm no technology. I got like reasonable hat game and a little like on-air quality, but technology, forget about it. So I have the worst vibes with the technology. But guys, what's going on? Let's go. Come on.
What's going on?
Man, excited to have you up in here with us, man. We're kind of, shooting the shit, all watching. I can drop you another link. We got this Penn State Michigan game and another one, but talking about all our bets today. I'm sure.
We've been asking for the link, and you keep sending the broadcast link.
See, I told you, Shark.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not good with the technology either.
I got you guys. Here we go. Copy, paste into the private chat, and you drop it right here. And bada bing, bada boom.
Thank you.
This is
dude.
same
Oh.
one, bro.
Just laugh at it. It's okay. F technology and F
We got-
Twitter. We're all good.
We don't know what we're
Maybe
doing.
we don't know what we're doing then. Where do we find it at? Because we keep getting the same link.
The private
And-
chat.
And,
we're
and
on
it
that,
keeps
dude.
sending us to the and it keeps sending us to the backstage.
Yeah,
Studio.
just you not see the game in the backstage?
Am I
I see that one. I see that one now.
retarded?
Maybe.
I think I am.
Brain impaired.
I'm gonna crack a beer. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers, man. I got one right here
Oh
too.
my
Shark, what, man? I'm so glad to have you up here with us,
Yeah,
man.
I see.
Absolutely.
4th and goal, going for it. Oh shit!
Dude, shut up and let our guy Shock talk.
Well, I mean, I apparently I have no voice anymore. I got
Yes, it's because I'm retarded. That's
Stop
that's
using
what
that
it is.
word too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm thinking impaired.
With Guns Picks, you guys are smart as fuck. You don't call yourself retarded. You guys are fucking amazing people. Come on, give us a little positive energy in the house here. Let's go.
Damn
Let's
it!
go.
It was sarcasm.
Yeah.
Lord.
Build up, baby. Come on, build up. It's going down.
So what's up, Shark? What you got today? What you looking at, man? What you gonna be checking out college football wise?
Oh man, just trying to get my bearings straight here. I got this Bills hat on, focused on NFL Sunday with a fucking hat. But what we're looking at here, we're looking at FAU. FAU is the marquee spot. FAU coming back off a bye, off 3 losses, about to hammer Rice. Rice just caught UAB napping at home, won 28-24 in a game that UAB actually outscored them on the yardage gap by 200 yards. And last year, Rice did this exact same thing. They won an out-of-conference game, and then they went on the road off a bye in the conference opener on the road and got their ass kicked by 45 by UTSA. I think they're going to get hammered today. So I think the top look we're looking at here, FAU first half -2.5 and FAU game -3.5. Big time shit.
Beautiful, man. You know what's awesome is between last night and today, I've been up here with a lot of people, and I don't think Moose might have brought it up, but I don't think we've talked about that game. And that's one I like that spot a lot. I agree with that. I like that first half. I like that a lot.
Yeah, another thing that's just like super, super sharp, just like forget college football, forget whatever the fuck. When you see that split, when you see that 2.5 on the 3.5, that's that heavy first half split you want to see. And they're telling you that first half story. And you saw what happened last week, which was actually the complete opposite, where FAU was really soft last week on the road. And they're 3-0 first half ATS at home. They're going to come out here ready to go. And the only time they actually had a conference home game this year was in week 0 against Charlotte. I actually faded it. I had it wrong. I think, Deb, you actually had that correct with FAU, if I recall correctly, watching your show. And
yeah, we talked about it on there. I don't know if
I had
it
the inside of that game, bro. I'm adjusting to it, and this is what FAU does at home. They fucking hammer these opponents. I think it's about to go down. So
yeah, I like that, man. I like that a lot. You got any action on this game that we're tuned into right here on that other chat, the Penn State Michigan game?
No, honestly, the noon games just for me kind of throw me off. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's so early. I'm waking up, and of course you cap the game midweek, but just the rush element. I think college athletes, of course, not professional athletes, but getting ready for that early game. I always sense a little more chaos in the early games. I don't know if it's just a little bias I have going on, but I love the 3:30. I love the 4s. I love the mid-majors, the 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s. I love the Pac-12. I love it as it goes that direction. So
you love Pac-12. So sorry to keep putting you on the spot, but how about you? You got any feeling on the USC Utah game tonight?
I don't. I don't. I know a lot of guys have Utah pretty heavy, and
I have USC.
My guy, the gun, has Utah. I think 2.5 units. I think Jay Money's on Utah pretty heavy as well.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
I don't have,
on USC.
bro. I don't have anything on it. I'm kind of in that middle zone where I do think that certain things can continue as They've obviously been going a certain direction, 6-0 here. But I do think, if we're being real honest here, sometimes in the middle of conference season, particularly in week 3 in conference season, it does come to a halt. And it comes on the road against an incredibly talented opponent. And Utah is that. I mean, Utah is big time. I mean, real big time. So I don't know. What do you think?
So I've been pretty heavy on USC all season. I'm a fan of Lincoln Riley. I'm a fan of Caleb Williams. And I think that with Utah, what they've shown me, and I know DTR he's great. You know, he's on the Heisman. He wasn't even on the list, and now he is. Like, what he's done is amazing. But the way UCLA was able to move the ball, I don't see any reason why USC is not going to be able to do the same. And Cameron Rising, he's got just a funky he to me, he's good for 1 or 2 mistakes, like big mistakes in a game. And as bad as USC's defense is, the one thing that they do is capitalize on mistakes, able to get turnover margin. I think this is a precursor for our biggest game, which is going to be UCLA USC. I think that's going to be the biggest Pac-12 game, and this is USC has one more step to make that happen for us. So I'm on USC here, and I took a little on the money line, and I took the 3.5.
Yeah, I'm Robbie. I don't disagree with you. I mean, one of the things I've seen in terms of just general trends, when there's 2 ranked opponents and there's a home favorite that's a lower ranking laying to a higher ranking, the higher ranking seems to cover almost every single game in this particular calendar year. I don't think you're necessarily wrong, and that's why I'm not in the game. But the one game I'm really centered on, which I think is a banger spot, is Florida State. I think Florida State is ready to turn the fuck up. I know if Dutch was in here, he'd be ready to fucking turn the hell up as well.
I wonder where he's at right now. He should pop in here with us if he's in here. But yeah, I mean, his only thing, and that's my thing with my only problem with Florida State is Norvell. I think the team has shown how much better they are. I can't stand him as a coach, but I know that's kind of a bias thing. That's an every week thing. I always don't like Norvell. I just don't like Norvell, man.
Yeah.
Some of the calls that he's made have been so questionable. It just makes me want to bang my head against the wall.
Well, I mean, even just go back to last week. Oh, Moose, talk to me, please. 100%.
No, keep going. No, keep going.
Okay. Well, even last week, right? He made a horrendous call in the final possession of the game to lose the game, but they still covered. And this is, of course, the key point. We're talking ATS efficiency here. And, Clemson is just kind of flirting with it, if we're really being realistic here. Of course, they hammered BC last week. That in and of itself is a tough travel point. Road in conference. Go back to the previous one at Wake. I mean, a non-cover at 7.5, 6-point win, 51-45 in overtime. It's kind of it's directing that angle here. And this is kind of just a historical spot. I mean, like, you look at what Clemson is doing here. They've won 12 straight ball games. I mean, that's ridiculous. They have to lose one. It's going to come at some point. And, Florida State's on the come up. I mean, you look at Norvell, Debbie, you said it. Like, he started brutally, but it was largely the pandemic year. And it was early 2021. They started to catch their wind, and the whole thing started to go in an uptick point. And
he's done good recruiting. I'll give him that too.
That's what I mean, bro. There's so much talent on this fucking team, and Jordan Travis is fucking lit, and the whole product is very good. And Florida State.
Let's go! Go! Let's go!
Oh shit!
Look at
Thank
him
you.
go.
We needed something.
Go.
Sorry. Oh, thank God. We needed something to go our way. Let's go. Because Coastal Carolina just gave me the prison pocket, as Jimmy the Bag would say.
By the way, guys, I had no idea you guys are sweating this game, so I'm sorry for talking your ear off during the sweat, because I know it's stressful as fuck.
No, dude, no.
We
This
sit here
is
for the whole
legitimately
game.
why
really
we love
long
having
time.
people like you on.
We're so glad you're here. Trust me. The game is a long game, so it's and we really weren't sweating it because it wasn't a good game until all of a sudden now that Penn State's winning.
Oh yeah, no, I see it now. 13.
Oh, hey, sorry, Ich Schnizzle. Yeah, that kind of killed your under. So, but hey, that wasn't a bad look for a lot of that majority of the first half. One thing I want to add on, just that USC Utah game. And I just looked it up, and I didn't want to say anything and be wrong because I do that way too much. Trojans, USC going up to Utah. They've only covered one time and one straight up in the last 5 years. They are 1-4.
We don't need to hear that. No, I'm just kidding.
2020. One win was in 2020, the COVID year with no fans out there. And so some places they have a team's number. We saw West Virginia, Baylor is 0-6 now, going to Morgantown.
Didn't get taken out of the game. Baylor wins and covers.
I'm just saying.
If Shapen doesn't.
I think you're fucking right, to be honest with you. I think that's a sharp fucking comment there, right, bro? For real. It's a sharp comment, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, the Shapen comment or what he said?
No, the Utah comment.
Okay. So you like Utah too? You're kind of leaning Utah too?
I'm a natural contrarian, so yes, it's my natural lean. Like, I'm not on it. I haven't put money on it, but I do, Guns on it, Jay's on it. The world seems to be leaning that direction. Debbie, what's going on? What are you talking? What you have the other side? You have USC?
Yeah, I'm on USC, man. I was saying, bro, I'm big with USC, man. Caleb Williams and also his receivers, Addison and Williams. And I love Travis Dye out of the backfield. This offense is so explosive. And that's where I was getting at with UCLA being able to move the ball. I know that USC is going to be able to move the ball. And Utah's going to do the same thing they always do. They're going to run the ball. They're going to control the clock. I hate to compare them to this team I have on, but this is just for fan, the A&M hat. Utah makes me think of A&M. Like, their offense pisses me the fuck off. The way that Jimbo runs the clock and just thinks like he can control it. It might work sometimes against Alabama, but it's like he's got this whole thing built to beat Alabama, but everybody else stomps in their shit because it's not built right for anything else. And it's stuck 20 years in the past. And I can't as a fan, I can't stand watching it game in and game out. Like the Alabama games have been exciting, but they have to open that fucking offense up with all the talent they have. And Utah does a lot of the same thing. They run the clock and they give Rising a chance to make mistakes. And I think that he steps up when the time is wrong and makes those mistakes. We saw it against Florida. We saw it against UCLA. I think Rising's, fun. He's a fun story, a backup that took over, but I don't think he's as good as we give him credit for.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, when it goes down to it, just a counterpoint. What happened at Oregon State in terms of the cover point there?
For USC?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't cover, but, that's – and I hate to be that guy that's like, oh, but they did still win. They won at a tough place to play, and they covered last week against Washington State, where a lot of people were on the other side. Stanford doesn't even count anymore because we've seen how bad Stanford is. But going back early, I was on on USC heavy against Stanford, and everybody was like, "Oh, they don't ever cover here." I'm saying this is a different team. This is a different coach, Lincoln Riley team. I think USC doesn't only not cover; they lose against Oregon State last year in that position, and the year before that.
Yeah,
this is just a new team. I think they have a new atmosphere, and as much as it's frustrating for us, when they don't cover, they don't give a shit. They're happy because they're 5-0 right now, and I think that the mentality in that at plus 3.5, if Utah wins this game, I think it's on a field goal at the end of the game.
I disagree, but this is the point here. I think when you look at what USC did at Oregon State. They got out there in the last possession and they didn't cover. And, when you come to this other side and you look at the spread, I don't know. I will give you one thing, Dab. I love you because you're fucking your dog. You're an amazing guy. I do think straight up, like, that line is disgusting to lay 3.5. I hate that line. So to cover going 4, 5, 6, or 7, that's an awkward spot. As a favorite, obviously in conference. So I don't think you're incorrect there, really. And I that's why I'm not in the game. That's why I'm centered on fucking Kentucky. Kentucky's my spot. Actually, I don't know if you guys looked at that game, but Kentucky, the look. Kentucky, Mississippi State coming off 3 fucking big games with Bama next week, and that's what we're looking at. So,
and Kentucky decent against the pass.
Levis is confirmed in.
I think he's in. Yeah, I think he's in. I think he's in.
Because that backup
It has to be.
he has to be in, right? He has to be, or the spread.
Yeah,
would
the
be
line wouldn't be what it is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
Devin, what about you, man? You got anything on either the Kentucky game or the USC game?
No, I told you I didn't get a chance to check them out, but the USC game though, I'm kind of leaning towards USC. I don't have anything on it, so I don't want to like put anything out there like that. I do think Caleb Williams is going to bounce back this week. He's going to play well this week against Utah. Their secondary is kind of suspect. I saw Ross Pitt said that in the comments. I agree, Ross. Utah secondary is questionable. Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, that high-powered offense that they basically took from Norman and dropped off in LA. They're going to play
He's
well.
so mad about that.
Yeah.
Every time we talk about USC, he talks about how he took everything from Oklahoma.
He took the whole squad. And I just don't see Utah doing that. Just like what Cab was saying a second ago about Rising. He's due for one or two mistakes every single game. It's just that's going to happen. If there's some kind of player prop on that, I want to throw some bread on that because he's going to have a pick and he might have a fumble. Like I think he's going to get it done.
Yeah, I think new coach going on the road. He's only had really one game, and even the Stanford game was somewhat close a little bit. How well will USC go on the road, and especially a place where they have not historically done all that well? Huge run up the middle. But I think, honestly, I am absolutely leaning Utah, and I'm leaning more now than I did before because I'm looking at the more trends I look at when Utah's had such success at home. I mean, they've been so good at home, and they've been good at home versus USC. The one time USC had success was the year that there were no fans there, and they've already proven that they are way better at home than they are on the road. I mean, they just demolished Oregon State at home. They just whooped up on San Diego State and Southern Utah. My goodness. I mean, one of my former players is actually the punter on Southern Utah, Jake Girardi. And I mean, he was telling me how just ridiculously fast they are. And it was impressive to watch up close. But you can say that about any team, really, at the higher levels. But Utah at home versus USC, I do think that the 3.5 is pretty telling because it probably should be more of a 2.5, 3. But the fact that they're putting that hook on that 3 really makes the line makers really favor Utah in a big way. And it could be difficult to find a way onto USC. I totally understand your angle, Cab.
Game of the day. I can't wait for this game. No matter what happens, I'll own it. But I'm so excited for this football game, man.
It should be a really good game because the whole thing is these are the only two teams that are likely to come out of the Pac-12 if there's going to be a playoff team out of the Pac-12. So they kind of need to have both show up well in order to be considered. Oh, that's pass interference.
I don't know if
Razor,
shout out to our guy Razor. I don't know if that's a serious because I don't know what bet engaged. Oh shit! Now I do. Yes, I do. Razor has to bet engaged hat.
I think he means is this an official play? And
yeah, that's what he means. Yeah, that's what he means.
I was trying to wait until Sunday, but now we're on the official show here with you guys. I mean, we got to give a little content, right? And so so we're playing this at -2.5 official 1 unit. So for those who are watching right now, yes, the buy hat is engaged. And in terms of NFL football, of course, we're segueing, I guess, in and out. Razor.
I thought that was a toilet in the helmet. My bad.
Oh, this?
It's a bull. It's a buffalo.
That's the old
school. She's a Patriots fan. She's trying to attack because it's not Patriots.
I actually only got the hat because I thought that this looked cool. I don't even give a fuck about the Bills.
I love it. That's her shot. She thinks everybody's Razor, so she comes at him with the attacks of Patriot stuff because Razor. But seriously though, honestly.
I prefer my hair actually. I'm just like whatever. Let's fucking ride some hair, But
you don't want to see
I mean, at least the Patriots beat the Lions, so.
Hey, damn right.
Hey, we bet that. But how about that Bills though? Because now I want to hear about that. I want to hear about Bills. Have you prepared to go into it a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, the first standout point, this is the first time that Mahomes has been an underdog at home in like 5 years. And I think that if you trust the Vegas books to a certain degree, that's just a great standout point when you're capping the game. This is the first time that an opponent is supposed to be better than the Chiefs in Arrowhead, which of course is an incredibly difficult place to play over the last 4 or 5 years. And you look at the Bills, I mean, the Bills are just absolute class. I mean, this team is just well coached, great defense, great offense, can run, can pass, everything. And you look what happened last January. I mean, there was the best playoff game in probably the last 5 years. 42-36, back and forth, the whole thing. You get a revenge game. And, Jay and I were talking about this on the show. Jay's all over the Bills as well. And Jay had the Chiefs to hammer the Bucks because it was a revenge game. Now this is the reverse. This is a revenge game for the Bills. And now you can get it at -2.5. It was 3 at one point, which would have been theoretically a shitty line, pushed line. If you can get this at -2.5, I think you're in a very good position here. And I think this is where the Bills really come on the road and show the hell up. I mean, they had a couple kind of mediocre performances on the road recently, but at Miami's weird. It's very hot down there. You can't really play ball. And then the Baltimore game, it was in the middle of Hurricane Ian, and they still won the game 23-20 and pushed, but kind of funky. Now you get a neutral zone, weather zone. I think Buffalo is a very good look. That's why I'm wearing a hat. And let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think what you said too, it stands out like Mahomes hasn't been an underdog at home in what did you say, 5 years?
Something like that, yeah.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy. So to think about that he is here, that speaks volumes. I mean,
Man, if I was to pick, I would totally pick the Chiefs over the Bills.
You would?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because Mahomes is like what 2-1 or 3-1 against the Bills. What is his record against the Bills? He just doesn't. I just like Mahomes. I think I have faith.
Let's go
over Allen.
Yeah, he does.
He fumbled.
He does. He plays ball. He's a great quarterback. There's no way around it. No way. I mean, he's a great quarterback for sure.
I have way more faith in. I think
the Bills are the best team in
Allen.
If I'm being honest.
And I'm not being biased. This is not me being biased. I promise.
I know. I love to hear it. That's good.
Yeah, I just not so much with the Chiefs not losing to the Bills for me.
I caught some flack when I said this earlier, but I think the Bills are the best team in the NFL. I genuinely do. I think they're the best football team.
Really? You caught flack for that?
Yeah, some people got mad. We got some Chiefs fans. We got some Chiefs fans.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, you can easily make that point. I mean, there's not a lot of teams that you go, oh, they're the best team in the NFL. I mean, you could argue the Eagles because they haven't lost, but I mean, still, you look at their strength of schedule, it's not exactly all that impressive. And the Bills, they really should have won that game in Miami.
I feel like their schedule hasn't been hard, really. I'm going to see how the Eagles do against the boys. That's what I'm waiting for because Dallas knows how to peel on their rivals. So if they can beat Dallas, then I'll say the Eagles are like probably going to be a big thing because, I mean, I'm just saying that the Dallas, the boys, I don't care what you say, they peel on their rivals, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
Sorry to completely and totally shift lanes on everyone who's disagreeing with each other, but the Harbaugh has shown his complete consistency to, I guess at least he's consistent with it. He will not go for it on 4th and short yardage.
I don't know. He's pretty inconsistent.
I mean, that's the third. Fuck you, Moose.
I think Kyle makes a great point. I mean, like, this is pretty much going to be defining point for the Cowboys offense. I mean, like, they've been cleaning up. They're 4-0 ATS with Cooper Rush. Yep. This is going to be a defining point. I mean, the Eagles are equally as hot. So somebody's got to come out up top here, right? Yep. And I think the Eagles come out here. This is going to be the point where we say, okay, Eagles are the top dogs, and that's it.
Yeah.
I think win or lose, there's going to be overreaction because both teams had.
I can't wait for this game. I mean, this is the first time in a long time we've had like a legitimate NFC rivalry game where both teams were super relevant in the actual picture of the sport going forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if the Cowboys win, there's going to be a huge overreaction saying that the Eagles aren't that good. I think if the Eagles win, there's going to be a huge overreaction saying the Cowboys were never that good. When really they're probably still, if we're just being realistic, I'd say Eagles are closer to being good than the Cowboys are, but I think the Cowboys have proven that they're not going to be, a mediocre or below average team based off of how well their defense has played, because their offense really hasn't done, all that much. Granted, Cooper Rush has been a really good game manager, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are asking for Cooper Rush to take over, but the money that is in Dak Prescott's wallet would beg to differ about who's going to be continuing as the quarterback for the Cowboys. And I think Dak is he's in my, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but he is clearly, in my opinion, the better quarterback, and he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. And Cooper Rush is a quality, serviceable backup, apparently. But I wouldn't, regardless of how the outcome of the game is, I'm not going to change my opinion. I still think the Eagles are a very good, or they could be a very good team, but they're more likely to be good than great. And I think the Cowboys are a team that can beat any other team because it's the NFL, but more likely they're going to be somebody that disappoints a fan base that is just overhyping the fuck out of them. So, I don't think the Cowboys are going to be as good as they will be touted if they do beat the Eagles.
One thing, just to jump real quick on this game, I think it's very interesting. Of course, we're trying to talk college football, but NFL, who knows? We're reigning supreme here. But if you actually look at what's going on here with Cooper Rush, he's beaten both of the Super Bowl teams from last year, Rams and Bengals.
Dang.
And he's also beaten two divisional opponents, Giants and Commanders.
Yes.
So now we kind of we ask ourselves a question: are the Rams just flat because of an ex-Super Bowl run? Are the Bengals just flat because of an ex-Super Bowl run? I think both are, actually. And then you look at the Giants and the Commanders, mediocre at best divisional opponents. So if we really zoom out here and we say, and I always talked about this with Jay on the show, but like when we go back in March and we look back and we say, so imagine, isn't that crazy what Cooper Rush did against these Super Bowl guys that were flat and these divisional opponents were also flat, and all of a sudden changed real quick. This is where it could change real quick, because this is where Philadelphia is definitely showcasing an ability to hammer teams. And this team, again, is getting into a new environment. So I'm angling myself very quickly to take Philadelphia at -6.5 here on Sunday night. So let's
well, for what it's worth, Philadelphia, the best team first half against the spread and straight up.
Yeah, love that for sure.
Yeah, I'm not on it. Cowboys have also been very serviceable first half, specifically with their defense preventing a lot of points. You've seen a lot of first half unders with the Cowboys. The one that sticks out in my mind would be the Buccaneers game. But you look at how who the Cowboys have played and when they've played them. Shark, you mentioned the Rams and the Bengals, the two teams that, they look flat, but they're also, it absolutely looks like the depth of the Rams has become a very big problem very quickly. I mean, you're looking at a secondary receiver in Allen Robinson that's not even getting like more than a catch a game. And you're looking at the Bengals offensive line that is allowing a league high sack total. It's just their problems are becoming more obvious because they didn't take care of certain things in the offseason, and other NFL teams were able to catch up and get better. You look at the Bills, how much better they've gotten. The Chiefs, how they were able to move on past Tyreek Hill. I mean, even you look at teams like the Jets that have seemingly started to kind of put some things together. And I know that's probably a type of reaction, but I think the Jets are absolutely going the right direction. If you're talking about a New York football team that you could have some legit hope for, I'm not looking at the Giants. Daniel Jones will always and forever be a quarterback that I have no idea how he was taken that high and should not be a starting quarterback at the NFL level, can be a competent backup, but should not be starting. And I think Zach Wilson is starting to trend towards that direction of moving away from becoming the official MILF hunter to somebody that's trying to hunt for touchdowns.
You just had to throw that in at the end, right? Just had to.
Hey, it was perfect.
It's factually correct, Cab. Factually correct.
Well, I know that NFL reigns supreme, but I will say that half ended 16-14. Michigan's on top 16-14. What an interesting half of football that just was, huh?
Yeah.
If anybody in the chat has any looks, I'm gonna pull up the second half lines because we've had some success on these live shows, Shark, by the way, like getting live bets and doing second half lines like together. But one thing I don't do is I don't force bets. And so right now, what I need to do more often is come into these shows like I did last night, because we were able to cash that second half over 27.5 last night in the Navy football game. It was easy too. It cashed easy. I didn't bet the game pregame. Like I have a pregame bet on Penn State right here. So it's so hard for me to get involved in it because I don't want to hedge myself or, I know there's middle opportunities and stuff, but it's better when I don't pregame bet it.
Hey, Kev, have you been told that before? Did you read that comment? Have you been told you look like Pete Wentz? I don't think you look like Pete Wentz.
I didn't read it, but I saw it. But thank you for reading it.
A little bit. I can see him.
Pete Wentz.
Lead singer from random ass band from like
I'm looking it up.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't know who that is, so I don't want to address it. I don't know who.
Boy, right?
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, from Good Charlotte or whatever.
I don't know who it is. Seriously, how do you know that? No.
Oh my God, that is a great call. That is a great call.
I don't
oh my
want to
gosh.
see it. I'm so glad that Moose doesn't have producing
Like,
ability here.
right. I mean, that's not a wrong call right there.
Look at Pete Wentz, bro.
I mean, that's not a diss.
The
I mean,
first picture that pops up. If you go Pete Wentz, the Pete Wentz IMDb picture is fucking Cab.
Man.
It's emo Cab. It's absolutely Cab.
Emo
You want
Cab.
emo? That's
It's
exactly what
skinnier
you
and
look like.
smaller Cab.
I mean, all you need is a diary.
Because that
and
dude
some
is like
haiku poems.
5'7".
Man Bear Pig said it looked like one of the Kansas players broke his leg. You don't want to see that.
That sucks. Yeah, I don't like seeing that.
not Jalen Daniels, right? Jalen Daniels got hurt last week too.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that bad though, was it?
I'm just saying, like, because like when Kevin Durant, like he had his ankle, and then all of a sudden, like exacerbated into like the full thing, like one lead to the other type of thing. But
Well, and that's what I'm about to say. And I was and Moose knows this because he works with it too. But as an athlete, and I know baseball's a little different, but when you get something wrong in your arm, one thing leads to another, and it's because you adjust the way that you deliver. So I'm talking baseball now, but like the way you deliver the ball, if something's hurting or something's off, you're gonna deliver the ball at a different point, and then you're gonna cause something to get hurt. It's same thing with running or jumping or anything. If one thing's hurt, it can lead to something else pretty easily.
Yeah, compensation. Yeah, you compensate, and the body is not built to consistently compensate the kinetic chain. If you break it and you try to put more pressure and force elsewhere, all you're doing is stressing that part of the kinetic chain even more, and you're more likely to have a severe injury because you're trying to change the biomechanics and the motor pattern that you're using. And yeah, I mean, this is like Cab, like you can't open up that can of worms and not expect a guy that does this for a living to jump in there. So I apologize for this, but
I'm counting.
that is
You're
my
good.
Type of language.
You're good.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Moose? You're on Penn State, and anybody in the chat, we got Michigan's -3.5 in the second half. The over/under is 23.5. Or 23. I'm just showing a straight 23. I said it earlier. I said, I don't know. I think that
I still think it's Michigan. It's been one big play. It was one big play, and it was an interception. That's the reason why this game is the way it is. If you take just those two plays out and you look at the totality of what Michigan was able to put together, you look at all of those things and how little Penn State did, how much Michigan did, how many points Michigan left on the field with just kicking field goals. The worry is that you left the door open for Penn State, but there's been nothing to tell me that it's not a Michigan spot here moving forward. And if you could get something under a field goal, that'd probably be a great look for Michigan, but I'm not trying to hedge off of Penn State right now. I'm not trying to do any kind of middle.
Yeah. So instead of a hedge, let me address this. We just saw 3 field goals and there was still 30 points in the half. The over under set at 23.
Take an under. Because they're telling you that was an outlier. It's going to come back down. And it should come back down. Theoretically. Don't hold me to that. I mean, that's we get a 2 like pick 6 touchdowns and whatever. But that theoretically would be an under, just numerically, just based on that.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't mean to change again, but we got our guy in the back here. He might have something to say on it too. I know you know him pretty well. A great college football capper that I've really enjoyed getting to know the past few weeks. Our guy Guns Picks. What's up, Guns?
Yo, what's going on, boys?
Hey, guys.
And girls.
Second.
Is that the
Yeah,
gun?
girls, Moose, and Fallish.
That's right.
Haas, what's up, brother? God damn.
What's up, guys?
Hey, I'm gonna
What's
grab
going
one.
on?
I'm gonna grab one. I'm gonna grab another drink. It's tequila and lemonade, but I'm gonna grab another one. I'll be right back.
Please do. Let's go.
Let's go. What's going on?
Talk to me. What's up?
Man, no, just had some oblos this morning, and now I'm sitting here screening college football, sitting in the command center.
Nice. That's the way to go.
Yes,
nice
sir.
hat too. I'm on a JMU first half, so I like the hat there.
Yeah, that team is one of the best. I don't know. I think they're the best team in G5 right now. I don't know a team that's better than them.
What?
JMU? You don't think they're the best team in G5?
The best thing you said about them is the fact they don't have a playoff. So
That's correct.
The regular season game is just integral to their entire quality. Like, that's why they're kicking ass, because they just care more than you do. Period. And Georgia is soft as fuck. And Georgia Southern just played against their Georgia State last week, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like, kind of a tight, not so tight. It was 10-point game. I mean, like, as you said, like a reasonable halfway trophy effort. Like, I think JMU could kick their ass again. Really.
Yeah, they got a tough schedule coming up too. I think they have to play a not out of conference game with Louisville, and they start to get a little bit strong. I think they had to play Coastal Carolina as well. So there's a couple of interesting spots for them later on.
Yeah.
I wonder what the line's going to be for those. I mean, seeing them as -10, I got them at -10.5 on the road when they just played like Coastal Carolina and that on the road, Georgia Southern, I mean, and the line was -10. And then
App State laid 7, right?
Yep.
So Coastal will probably lay right around the same number.
Yep. But I just thought it was wild because it's JMU on the road. Sit -10. You basically said you're saying that they are that much better than Coastal Carolina, and then that much better. I can't remember who the other opponent was before that.
So I just want to point this out. Shout out to our guy Saturated. We got such an amazing chat, man. Week 1, we were live for the Illinois football game, and he got me on Chase Brown's rushing prop. I have bet it every week since then, and he has cashed every single week this year. Every single week we have cashed on Chase Brown's rushing prop, and it's usually not even close. And he said we just cashed again. So let me get, and also shout out to Dutch. He made this, but that let me get a little our celebration.
Pay that man his money.
Pay that man his money.
Let's go. Good shit, Saturated. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Got me on that week 1, and we've cashed it every single week since. And week 1, we watched it. We were live for the game, and I was like, I said, I'm going to bet this prop until it doesn't cash. And it has cashed every single week since, man. That shit doesn't happen often.
He's their sole source of offense. I mean, the success of that team is all predicated on what Chase Brown does.
Yep. Last week, Moose was like, I took it it was like 116 or 116.
It was 116 and a half. It was 116
and Moose
and a
was
half.
like, you're still taking it? I was like, yep.
He found it. So it's in Fuego. It has not lost.
Not one time.
Nope.
Not one time this year.
Ride it.
Hey, and Cab.
Cab.
Speaking of taking it, I got to be taken off here. So I got to go get that.
You're gonna go take it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go take it. I'm gonna go take it off. I'm gonna be doing all kinds of things off, but I gotta go take care of the car situation. So because I got a bunch of things I got to get done here before the Padre game tonight, and I got to prepare, and I got to hopefully make it to the party this time without my car breaking down and overheating. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Saturated, Tone Miggins, I see you there. Cliff Yang, see you out there. Saturated always. Ross Pitts always. Everybody here, Fowlish, Shark, Guns, always a pleasure seeing you guys. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you're not following any of these people on Twitter, make sure you do. And certain people might be getting active here on Twitter. I'm delusional. So, make sure you check it in, follow him. But if you have any questions, you want to check out some of the things I'm on, find me at on Twitter at Moose Money Bets. Later, y'all.
Bye,
Peace out,
Moose.
Moose.
Say Moose.
No doubt.
Yeah, you mentioned in props. So I have this guy that I don't know. He was in one of my lives one day, and he just started DMing back and forth. he always sends me props on like college football and NFL, and I don't think he's missed once. So I figure I bring it to the table. He actually made a good point. I actually agree with this. I don't know what the number is now, but Jaden Daniels, quarterback for LSU, over rushing yards. He had it at 40.5. And he brought up some like real good backup with it too. He's like he averages 16 carries a game. Yeah. I don't know what it is now.
No, you're I mean, obviously I'm not saying I bet this, but you're right. I mean, like the scheme is so dependent on him running the ball.
Yeah. He there's some statistics about like how Florida does versus mobile quarterbacks too. So I think they gave up over 100 to like 3 of them or something like that. Even the Utah quarterback was one. I can't remember who the rest of them were, but he carries the ball like 15, 16 carries a game. So for him to get 40.5 rushing yards, that should be an over.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
it's a good prop.
I love that. I keep thinking too, when you said the props, our guy LJ, man, he's been on these kicker props in the NFL. Well, he's been on a lot of props that he's been cashing. Our guy LJ from Houston, shout out to him. But he's been on these kicker props. I don't think he's missed one yet this week. He gets it. He just dials in on the over 1.5 per kicker, and he just drives it home.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
The segueing quickly to next play coming up for me, big time shit, Mac football. If you guys want in the chat here, we got Saturated, we got Ron Lofton, not Kenny Lofton, Ron Lofton, and we got Bear Pig, not sauteed pig or slow cooked pig, man, Bear Pig, and a lot of things going on here. I mean, just really interesting stuff. But we're staying center here. We're going Mac football, Northern Illinois, first half, +1. And it's a top look. And I was going to go into detail, but I got into detail in the chat. So the chat's so fucking interesting, but that's a top play. Gabby Cap, you're my guy. How's that tequila? What's going on?
It's beautiful, man. I'm trying to pull up this Northern Illinois. You said first half, right?
Yes, sir. +1. Let's bang. Let's go.
Man, I can't wait for how do you guys feel about midweek when the MAC starts playing those midweek games? Do you guys love
the
it?
Tuesday, like when they play like Tuesday, Wednesday?
That's why I'm drinking IPAs all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry. And I know that's a little bit off topic with what we were saying, but that's what it made me think is I love it, man. Whenever I get Tuesday, Wednesday action, I love it so much. I love it so much, man.
It's always interesting when you see the crowds and there's like 10 people sitting in there and it's like -20 and, somewhere in Michigan, just getting that lake wind just hitting you. Oh, yeah. And the kickers can't even kick forward.
Like, not only that, but like in terms of actually handicapping, the best thing about the MAC is that like it's like almost like a high school. These teams play so inconsistently week to week.
They play to the level of their opponent every time.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of the toughest things about betting, big conference football, Big Ten, SEC, Pac-12, whatever the fuck, when you go to the MAC, you can just cap it like, okay, they just played great last week, they're gonna suck ass this week, and it really is just like just flip flop every week.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows.
Northern Illinois this week, and Guns had EMU at fucking Arizona State, Herm Edwards' last game. And then what did they do off that? They came home and got hammered by Buffalo. And they went in last week, same thing, but in conference against Western Michigan, hammered them in the first half 35-7. Now they come back, and you got a rookie quarterback with Northern Illinois here. This kid, I forget his name, not Rocky Lombardi, the other kid, Ethan Hunter Thompson or something like that. But regardless, it's a good-looking spot. I would advise you guys to put $1 on it. It'd be a sweat. It'd be beautiful.
But also NIU's coming back from getting smacked too by Toledo, so it's like it's a perfect spot for them in a get right game. NIU's not a bad team. I mean, they won the MAC last year.
I mean, that's what I was going to say. Look at what they did last year. They're not far from it. I mean, Hampton's got to. I mean, they got to stop throwing interceptions. That's what's got to happen right there.
Yeah. But turnovers are outliers, though. You can fix
the football over, and they win some of these games that they've lost. It's that simple.
Yep,
100% without question. And I think that game's 3:30 p.m. Guns, correct me if I'm wrong. 3:30.
I think that sounds right. Let me look.
All right, saturated. I'll go into some MLB with you. You know, I hate this, man, and I'll tell you guys. So I'm one of those people that there's certain things that I tell myself like that Chase Brown prop. And at this point, you know, I started off saying I was going to bet it until it lost. And
330.
Now that we're 8 weeks in, like I don't think he's going to get a 1-loss string. You know, he might get a couple for me, and because I just don't. He is their offense, like we said, but. In MLB, at the beginning of the year, I said I was going to be on Yu Darvish first 5, and it wasn't going to change. He's gone 16-4-3 for me when I bet him this year. And I know he's not pitching today, saturated, but I'm just going to throw that out there because I like to share my trends with people. Like I will be on Yu Darvish again. I was on him last game. I was on him against Scherzer and the Mets. He covered both, and I'm going to keep betting him. So there's one I will be on. I'll pull up some baseball though. I know you might
actually. I got like 2 baseball plays that I just.
That's what I was about to say, Guns. I know you might have some. I think that everybody in the world thinks that the Yankees can't lose today, and I definitely think they can.
You look at I only do first 5 innings. The one that I like the best, and I haven't looked at the night games because I just looked at the first 2 afternoon ones. But Houston, Seattle under 3.5, first 5. The look is when you look at McCullers and look how he's pitched. I think he's pitched like 3 or 4 shutouts in his last like 6 starts or something like that.
It's been incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the scores that in his games are like 2-1, 1-1, 1-0. So it's really low scoring every time he pitches. Kirby at home, he's pretty good at home too. He's actually hit a little bit of a hot streak based on my tracking. So. Granted, I'm just referring to like the data I have from the regular season, but that's kind of correlated a lot in these games as well. Plus, it's just I don't know, it's just a good spot there, I think, to take the under 3.5.
I'm going to give you guys 4 winners in MLB right now.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. Right there.
Let's go.
I mean, I swept it yesterday, so let's go fucking 7-0. All right, Atlanta, game 1, money line. Houston, game 2, money line. New York, game 3, game 2, money line, and Dodgers, money line. So basically, I took every single favorite, but I think that speaks to reversals and also continuancy. Like, for example, like this is where I'm looking at it. Like, this is not just square thinking. Let me go into a little detail here. So when you see Atlanta bouncing back off a loss, or Philly was actually favored in game 3, now they're favored. That's super strong for them. Mm-hmm. When you see Houston up 2-0 and continue to be favored, it speaks to the fact that basically they sucked the life out of the Mariners. And the Mariners, obviously should have won game 1. It was a ridiculous walk-off home run. Like, that was kind of like the lifeline of the series, theoretically. Now they go on the road and they're favored. That's super strong. Yankees bouncing back on the road as a favorite is very strong. Dodgers coming back favored. Last night was actually a short favorite spot because Gonsolin was 175 plus. Previous to it was actually scaling down. This is scaling up. I honestly would be shocked if all the favorites did not cover today. And that I'm not even a chalk guy at all. I'm actually contrarian. I'm just saying I'd be shocked if the favorites did not all cover today.
It's interesting too that the favorites are all road. Every single one of them.
Yep.
Are they?
Yeah. The Yankees are on the road. Dodgers are on the road. Astros are on the road. Braves are on the road.
That's even stronger. Historically, that's unheard of, really.
I haven't talked about this live since it happened, actually. So, and I know it's going to catch some people off guard here. So last time Musgrove pitched, when I turned the game on, I said to my wife, he's got shit on his ear. And I wasn't listening to the game or anything. And it was an inning before they checked him. I said, he's got shit on his ear right now. Like I said it, I pointed it out. And then when they checked him the next half inning, as I was sitting there watching it, I was like, what are they going to do when they touch his ears? In my head, I was like, I was so intrigued by what was going to happen. And then when nothing happened and nobody talked about it, I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, cause like, so I want to get everybody else's opinion on it. And I can tell you guys as a player, like, look, first off, what McCutcheon says is bullshit. Nobody puts icy hot or red hot, whatever the hell he called it. Nobody puts that on their ears. I literally have never seen somebody in my entire life do that. Okay. What I have seen people do is I have seen them put and this is something that not people are going to hear, but I have two friends, and I'm not going to put them on blast for it. One of them played in the major leagues. You guys would know him if I said his name. I'm not going to say it, though. He would put fucking shit right behind his belt. Like, the tar would be on his belt, like, behind. So he would tuck his shirt on. And then what he would have, like, it's a sunscreen lotion, and it was meant to, like, get it off so that, like, you could get it off the ball and you could get it off your fingers so that people wouldn't know you had it, basically. That's literally what it was. So... I'm not saying he was cheating, but I'm just telling everybody that before that shit was checked, I knew that it was on his ears. So I want to hear what people's opinions are.
I never heard. I didn't know what it was either. It looked like, I thought he had like Vaseline or something like that, and that was giving that shine to his ears. That's what I thought it was, that he was actually just doing this and greasing the ball.
Yeah, okay. I have no idea. What do you guys think?
Devin, you got anything on it?
No, my bad. The game's back on. Fucking Michigan and Penn State is back on. I heard you guys.
Well, I can't see it now, and I'm gonna have to like get.
So I was gonna say I'm not very talkative because my fucking voice is gone for some reason. I don't know if it's because I was screaming the other day or what the fuck it is, but no, I think what Cap said, I mean, you got the insight. I mean, you played on a high level. You played baseball on a high level. So, I mean, like you said.
Debbie, what did you play? Where'd you play?
Oh, I mean, I played in college. I got drafted by the Brewers out of high school. I went to college instead, and then I signed with the Pirates. But it didn't last long because I had an arm injury. But so, I played in college. Yeah, I got drafted. So, and I have friends that played that are still playing. So I've got, I'm just telling everyone that he did have, I'm not saying that he should be said that he was cheating. I'm just simply telling you he had something on his ears. There is nobody can argue that with me. Like nobody, I don't care who you are. You cannot come here and tell me that he didn't. He had something on his ears. Whether or not he was cheating, that's not up to me to say. That's where I'm at. So I'm not saying he was cheating, but he did have something on his ears. And he was going to his ears every once in a while. That is a fact. So
you're pretty much saying he's cheating. It's cool.
I didn't say that. I mean, I don't know what the there was no rules for that shit like a few years ago, right? There were no rules for it, like to an extent. Like, so I don't know. I'm telling you that Cliff Yang said, I'm not saying it was cheating, but he was cheating. Are you saying what I'm saying, or is that what you're saying?
You just go, Dabby just going, no, he's not cheating. Give me the old wink.
But
I'm not saying he's cheating.
Guns.
What up?
Check me on this.
Yep.
Will all the favorites cover in the baseball today?
I'm just looking at that. Let me look at the starters real quick. The one that worries me the most.
My record. Like yesterday, I swept it. I wasn't on the show, but I swept it. I said it was a funky ass matinee, and they lost their home field advantage, and it was a weird. They should have been hyped at night, and the whole bullshit.
Right.
Coming back home, both home teams would fucking pop. But now I just feel like there's a reversal here. So I think let's see. Let's see what's going on here.
I think it's interesting. They're all favored on the road, like they're road favorites, every single one of them. McCullers makes sense over Kirby. McKenzie's, I don't know. McKenzie can get hot. That's the one that I worry about with Cleveland. Is like he can either be
very young, first postseason start.
That's another dynamic that you have to consider as well.
So this is going to take all of that out of it for you guys, and it's not. I don't have a side on it. McKenzie rides on one thing. McKenzie rides on one thing: his slider. Okay, when he can't throw his slider, that kid throws meat. Okay, but when he's controlling his slider, it's a different story. So, and it's crazy how easily you can tell early on in the game when you're watching if he has control of it or not. If he doesn't have control of his slider, the Yankees are going to go to town on him, right? And that's one aspect. Even if he does have control of his slider, Yankees can still win this baseball game, right?
Sure.
It's baseball. But if he doesn't have control of it, they're going to destroy Cleveland. That's really what it comes down to. Does he have control of all his pitches or not tonight?
So if he can't control the slider, you're saying he's throwing basically BP to these fucking home run hitters. They're just going to juice it, just fucking crush.
And that's what I was getting at. Is like he's like you could get the best of McKenzie, or you could get a complete meat bag.
Yeah, and it's when he's off, he is off. I mean,
yes.
And I don't think he'll have a huge leash, but it'll be long enough to where he's going to give up, a 3-run homer or something like you just said, or a couple back to back.
Been like ultra clean the entire back half of the season. I actually haven't capped MLB since the All-Star break, but I remember just like looking at the box scores, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't he been just excellent almost every single start for the most part? McKenzie, yeah.
No, he's had a few middle season where he was hanging his slider and getting blown up a little bit. But when I say blown up, 4 or 5 runs, he's still able to manage, and which is not blown up. So yeah, he's been able to keep consistently. Yes, he's had good starts across the board consistently. Just a couple games that I've watched where he doesn't have control of that. It's the long ball. He gets touched up with the long ball, and with the Yankees, that's where it's at. That I would worry about is the long ball, because that's what they don't hit for average. The Yankees hit for power, right? So
yeah.
So looking at, I just pulled up McKenzie's stats from my F5 tracking, and his last 5 starts, he's given up 1 run, 3 runs, no runs. That's his last 5.
So that's incredible.
Yeah.
But key point here. His last out of division start, or excuse me, no, it wasn't actually that. So never mind. No key point. Guns.
I got you on a key point. You said it. It's his first playoff appearance, and we're talking about a pitch that, if he's overjuiced and he throws it too hard, it's going to be 86 with rotation right down the middle, and it's not going to do anything. Right. Yeah. So if he's not on top of this pitch, if this excitement gets to him in a way where he's overthrowing or underthrowing, which is very possible, I think the Yankees might get some runs on him. I think, I hadn't capped this game until just now, but us talking through it, what's leading me to think is I'd be worried. I'd be worried about McKenzie early.
He faced the Yankees once this season, and he faced them at home, and it was 0. He won the F5 1-0, but that's from July. So, take that into account. But
July 3rd there, right? 2-0.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just talking about the first 5. So it was 1-0.
For sure. Yep. No, he's clean as hell. There's no discrepancy here whatsoever. He's lights out, no doubt. And who are the Yankees throwing tonight? What's going?
Severino.
Severino's kind of a dog too. Severino actually, I believe, going back in his early career, got shelled in Cleveland in the divisional series as well, right?
I think so, yeah. So I was just about to say, I want to pull up his recent starts also.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now.
Gentlemen, I got to just take a quick piss, and I'm going to get a beer. I'll be right back. If you guys
Absolutely. Guns, when we're done with this too, you want to touch on some of the other action that you got? You got some 2:30 games kicking off?
Let me look at. I do have another MAC game that I like that I didn't talk about on the show. Toledo -8. I can't remember what time that game is. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so for 3:30, I got TCU -4. I think that's another public dog situation with Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma State has a look ahead, and they just came off a big win. TCU playing at home in a revenge spot, so it kind of fits all the good key scenarios that I like. And plus, TCU is just offensively they're better, which is kind of remarkable with Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State's defense has taken a step back this year after losing their DC to Ohio State. So they're a lot more vulnerable, and it shows in their statistics. And I think TCU just has a better defense, so I think they can make a few stops here and there that's going to keep them in the game. Could be a high-scoring game too. I'm not playing the total or anything like that, but I could see this going back and forth and being an exciting, classic Big 12 game.
Yeah, like you said, back and forth. But I think I'd be on TCU there if I was on it. I'm not on that game. but I'd be on TCU. Did you stay away from the Tennessee Alabama game?
I did, and the only reason I did, I said I lean Bama because of the scenario that I want for next week. So I want Mississippi State to lay an egg today, and Kentucky to either beat them or keep it like really close and scare the piss out of them. So when they go against Bama next week, it's a perfect spot for Mississippi State to take them at any number, because I think they're playing at home, and Bama on the road is always I don't know, they don't play, they're flat on the road, and they play their best when they're in Tuscaloosa. But I think this is one of those spots that everybody's high on Tennessee right now.
Well, it was until Bryce Young, but I'm kind of surprised that everyone was shocked he's playing. I kind of figured he was playing all along.
I thought he was too.
Yeah.
I think the line basically told you he was playing. I mean, it stayed at 7. It didn't. If he wasn't playing, you would think it would tick down like 2 or 3 points, but it didn't. So, and the other kid's okay, but I don't think he's a passer. He's more of a runner.
No, he's not a passer at all. The backup for Bama, he's definitely not.
Right. So they would have to completely change their whole game scheme just to suit him.
Yeah, because
there's
I don't even know if he knows what progressions are.
No, he's too young. He hasn't been there long enough to learn the system. So I really don't know if he's a passer or not. I just saw him, and he was just using his legs to get around when Bryce was out.
Looks like Michigan just scored a 67-yard touchdown.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Yep, they did.
I got this game going on. We had it on the stream, but since Moose left, it's out of the stream. So
right,
I don't know how he pulls it up. I'm not going to lie. So I'm just getting it on the TV. Yeah, Manbur Pick said that cutback was nasty. That's a 67 yards. A long run, man. A long run.
It's a long ass run. They're gonna go for 2.
That makes sense in this spot.
Where's the Dutch? Is he hung over at 11 a.m. in Vegas right now?
Possibly. I don't know where he is. He was in the chat earlier. He said, "Is that our guy Shark over there?" And I was going to say something, but I got sidetracked. While we're at that, shout out to the chat, man. We haven't Trap God out there. He said Phillies, Astros, Guardians, and Dodgers. So there you go on that with his baseball. Mike M, our guy with the pimp slap play of the day, hit 14 in a row recently. There's our guy Mike M. I was glad to get to see you on camera with Dutch the other night, man. Got to get you in here sometime soon. Joe Free, Ron Lofton, perfect rotation, man. Top Set, I see you. The Top Set said he agrees with you on all but Astros. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty sharp capping right there for sure.
It makes sense.
But this is going back, but Leonard said, Cab, you don't have to defend yourself. People's ears don't get shiny and spin rates don't go up on the same day just because of adrenaline.
Hey, did you see that Mike M stat of the day about Bama and Nick Saban?
No, where was it?
30% or less of bets coming in on Bama. Nick Saban is 4-0 against
Nick
the spread.
Satan?
Yeah, he said Nick Saban.
He said it right. He said it
You
right.
got it right. Yeah, there you go.
He's 4-0 against the spread.
Nick Satan.
I got you. I need money. I'm glad that people are getting on it. There we go. He came in and said that Chase Brown rushing prop cashes again. Good looking out. I got you, bro. Every week. I want it every week. Yeah, Cliff Yang. We probably should have got that ODU at live when I was talking about how bad Coastal Carolina looked.
Coastal Carolina is trying to lose a game. I can't believe they haven't lost yet. I mean, this is
it.
They're going to lose today. They're not coming back. They're not getting out of this.
Last week. They almost lost by 4. Georgia. They should have beaten Georgia Southern by 3 touchdowns. They only won by 4.
Everything rides on.
They were down.
Everything.
Right? Every game they're super down. It's what is going on? Who are they playing today?
Old Dominion.
Oh, Old Dominion is. I mean, fuck, that team fucked me twice in a row.
I thought they could. I thought.
I've never seen that. Yo, careful. Mine broke last night. I'm using the computer right now. Mine literally just disappeared and broke. Just like that.
Gun's on mute now, out of nowhere.
What?
Mute?
No, he's gone too. It says devices not connected.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Below me on his name, it says devices not connected.
But that's good because I want to drink a Bud Light and talk to Dabby Cat about life and respect and philosophy in here. Just
There we go, man. There we go. I love sitting in there with you when you're talking about energy, man. It's all about energy. Speaking of energy, there's our guy, Connor Mack. I'll try it. Miggity, Mac. Our guy, C-Mac. Our guy, C-Mac in there in the chat, man. He said hit the like button. When he gets home, he'll jump on with us. Hell yeah, C-Mac. Can't wait to get you up in here. There we go.
I have no idea what just happened. I flicked the cord on my mic and it just completely shut off. And then I got it fixed. I looked and I'm like, I'm not connected. Wild.
Yeah, my mic completely busted yesterday, so I'm glad that didn't happen to you. Saturated had a little NBA question. He said, "How good are my Bulls going to be this year, Shark?"
One word: mediocre.
I love that. That was a great answer. He said one word: mediocre. Just good enough to break your heart.
Like I want to back the Bulls. I like the Bulls. I just think that Billy Donovan. I think there's a lot of misrepresented energy. I think like Zach LaVine is like honestly an alpha dog that is just not allowed to be an alpha dog, and I think that holds the team back. And I think this team, you see the actual Vegas number in terms of their team total, it's pulling back off what they did last year. It's kind of funky, and I think that it's just mediocre. So. Speaking of mediocre, let me drink a mediocre beer, and we'll.
Hey, Razor put that in the chat earlier. He said, "Why do you got a Bud Light and not an IPA, Shark?"
That's just mediocrity. That's why we're backing Northern Illinois and Florida Atlantic today. It just happens to be week 7. 7 is a mediocre number too. It's not yet 8. It's
talk
kind
about that energy. That's
like it's just going in that direction. The whole
answer. What a good answer.
In mediocrity right now. That's what we're doing.
Right. That's a good answer. I Need Money said he can't wait for NBA next week. He'll be in London on Tuesday betting those games. That's badass, man. Shout out to you. Overseas getting that paper. Let's go.
All right. Well, tell them that we're betting the 76ers the first day of the week. So that's all we got to have. Actually, let me get the buy hat. We'll forget
get the buy hat for the.
I'm Sixers. Already that's all you had to say. And I don't really tail much on anybody, but I'm tailing right there. I'm betting 76ers. I don't even know anything about it. I'm betting
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers.
I don't even need to write it down. I'll just bet
10,
it. 10,
9, 8, 76ers.
All right, we're coming in here.
I dig it.
That's AI. That's AI style 76ers right there.
Hell yeah.
Miss Hound, you like that one better?
Opening day, +4, 1 unit official for everybody in the chat. Everybody who's not in the chat can watch this if they want to watch it.
Yes.
Don't have patience. I mean, Dabby, you know this. Guns and I know this. And you guys up top, I know you probably know this to a certain degree. People are lazy as hell when it comes to media. You have to serve it to them.
Yeah.
And it's like we do shows and we're like, for God's sakes, guys, we said this 9, 7, 8, 10 million times, but we have to serve it to you on a fucking platter. So here's the hat. Buy hat engaged. Anyway, Dabby, talk to me.
No, I got to say, you're exactly right. And that's why when I keep bringing that Chase Brown prop up, like I specifically told everyone, I said, I'm not posting this shit. I'm betting it every week. Okay. And now like it's making me happy that people are coming in here, like catching on, like they've been doing it for a couple weeks. So shout out Saturated. That's one, like most everything I post, but with that one, I don't know what it was. I was like, I'm not posting this. I'm just telling you, I'm betting it every week. And then every week on the show, I'm like Chase Brown rushing prop. Somebody asked me last night about the Illinois game and which side I wanted. I was like, which side? Chase Brown rushing prop.
Okay. It's like I didn't even check the game out. I don't even know who they're playing. Like fucking Chase Brown rushing prop.
Chase Brown.
You're like
ladder it too. Look, Saturated said he's going to get 200 yards again. That's what he's up to 150 right now. Just ladder that shit. Like when Moose was like, oh, you're playing a 116 and a half. Like, yeah, this is a bigger game for them. And a bigger game means he's going to get the ball even more. Because like Gunn said, he is their offense. That's it.
Yeah.
Our guys.
And he's good.
Abby, put the guy up in the chat here Saturday. He says, I destroyed the NBA last season. Can't wait to fuck this shit up some more. I want to ask the guy. I want to ask him a question. What were your top 3 buy teams in the sport last year? Type in the chat real quick.
Okay.
If you're, and of course, we can host the show ourselves, but if you have the ability to tell us what your 3 buy teams were, very interesting stuff. Because the NBA last year was very centered in certain teams. I'm just curious. Dallas, okay. Give me two more.
Shout out to our guy Saturated too, man. He's Saturated who got me on that Chase Brown rushing prop.
Hell yeah. No, I'm just saying, my guy. I love the fucking interaction here.
We got a great chat, man.
Hell yeah.
Is that a joke? Is he joking? Mike M said OKC, Houston, Orlando with the big LOL.
He's buying Markel Fultz and the boys down there.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cavs too. They were. I'm kind of high on the Cavs.
Early season, the Cavs were the best ATS team in the season in the first 20 games, and then it completely flipped. They were horrendous after that. Just complete ATS first quarter heater.
There it was. He gave his second one. He said fading the Lakers.
That was okay. I mean, that wasn't the best. The best was Memphis without Ja Morant. They were like 90% cover over like 20 games. And they were also trifecta, first quarter, first half at home, like almost 100%. And Minnesota was also unbelievably good at home. And Atlanta off a road loss coming home was, I think, almost 100% cover rate in the back half of the season, like 9-0 ATS, something like that. So certain things, but interesting stuff regardless. Dabby, talk to me. What's going on? Let's fucking go.
I was just thinking. I was going to say I'm waiting for our guy Nasty Nate to show up, man. Nasty Nate, our guy in the chat with the Celtics trifecta every game, every day, all day.
Right? Where has he been at?
Oh yeah, dude. The Celtics about to get fucking killed this year without Ime though.
I love that. Now he's going to show up. There's no way. See, he might not have showed up for positive interaction, but when it's talking shit, Nate makes it. I'll tell you that right now. Nate makes it for that. Nate's my guy. Nate's my guy.
Hey, Shark, so you feel like Memphis is gonna get it done this year?
You know, honestly, in terms of ATS efficiency, I have no idea. I think it needs to play out in the first couple of weeks to see who's overvalued or undervalued against the Bucks. Because obviously, we could have never known that Memphis was going to come out of nowhere without Ja Morant, just be crazy, you know. Yeah. So Cleveland, we had no fucking clue, and then Detroit later on, which covered 90% over 15 games, we had no idea. It always transpires within, but you just have to kind of play it out. But I do think certain dynamics will play early season. I think Minnesota's a fade. I think when you insert Rudy Gobert in there, that's going to be weird for them. Karl-Anthony Towns is people think Karl-Anthony Towns is a kind of a quiet dude. He's not. He talks shit. Remember when they brought Beverly over there and all of a sudden there's all sorts of shit, big box shit? They were bouncing dudes. And Karl-Anthony Towns shit talking dudes. Rudy comes in there, he's going to disrupt the energy. So I think just a very loose comment. I think fading Minnesota in month one will be very profitable. ATS just in general. Yeah. I think the Hawks are always one of those teams that you have maneuverability within because they always are doing something and they're doing it sustainably. So if you can figure out when to fade or buy, they will do it and they'll do it consistently. And I think this year, they have a lot of moving parts. So we have to figure out the Hawks. The teams that you don't want to fuck with, just the teams that are always going to do the same thing. That are just they're just cog teams. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the league is in such transition, we don't even know what's going on, actually. No. Because, again, without Ime, the Celtics are lost. The Knicks have Jalen Brunson coming in there. The entire division is completely fucked and flipped. And I don't mean to commandeer the conversation, but I think we're gonna make a lot of money because we are actually going to see so much inconsistency where books will have no idea, and we will be able to just get way over the top of the line and just really crush it. To be honest with you, I think it's gonna be great,
man. And you say the conversation that's just shocking me. Shout out to our guy Dutch. It shocks me that if he heard any of this, there's no doubt in my mind that he would be backstage trying to come in right now. So there's no chance that he hasn't heard this because he can't help himself. He won't. He's kind of like me with college football. He won't miss a chance to talk NBA. Our guy in the chat, AJ, said third quarter with the Warriors last season during the playoffs. That cashed every game.
Pretty much, yeah. But but that's also a tough cap because what's also this is a great conversational point for us. When you're doing handicapping publicly, it's hard to give out the third quarter as a capping point.
Yep.
So, like I ran into this for 4.5 years where certain times I'm playing an in-game spot. It's like I can't give that out publicly, and it's just whatever it is. But of course, the trend was fantastic, and there's no way around that for sure.
Yep. That's so. I even feel, I know that it's been completely more accepted now. But when I first, especially with college basketball, and I love capping college basketball, I bet the first half a lot more than I bet the full game, and there's usually reasons for it. But I feel like people would be like, "Oh yeah, but what full game?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what full game? This is what my money's on. This is what I care about. Like, no full game. I'm not telling you full game. I'm saying I bet first half. Like,
so when you bet college basketball, do you I usually wait till January to start doing that because I want to get into conference play because I think, and then you actually kind of know where the teams are. When you have all these tournaments and stuff, I never know how each team is going to perform on a game-to-game basis. It's I don't know if there's motivation there. Granted, if it's a ranked team, the motivation's there, but I just don't. Some of these games are just so hard to figure out early in the season. It seems like if you start in January and they're getting into conference play, it's a little bit easier to cap than trying to cap a Hawaii tournament or something like that.
Right, and that's what it is tournaments like that. Perfect rotation said terrible flag. I've got it. There's a 15-yard penalty on pass interference on offense too. So I didn't see it, but did you guys?
I don't know where the penalty was.
You don't think it was? Did he catch it, or was it an incomplete pass?
No. He caught it. It was oh my god! He almost got the first down.
Announce it for me because I don't have the game on right here. I got to grab the remote.
It's third. It's 4th and 8. I think they're at the 42.
No, they'll punt it.
Yeah, 4th and 6. Yeah,
4th and 6. Yeah, they'll still punt it.
One of the best things about a 2.5 hour broadcast is just the obviously completely abstract conversation that will flow. And just going into the chat, my guy Saturday says, Sharky, with the addition of Christian Wood, is Dallas going to apply for home unders? And this is, again, a key point. I want to just reiterate this. You cannot necessarily just take one player and put him onto a roster and assume there's going to be a fluctuation in ATS or total fluctuation. It won't play like that. The only thing you can ever bank on with an integral piece coming into the core 5 or 8 or maybe 10, if you will, is just disruption. And I would fade Dallas. As much as you want to talk about the total, I would fade Dallas because I think that in the early going, first of all, the motivation is not going to be there. And I think you actually look at the other side of this. You want to take a team like Houston. And I think Houston might come up in the ATS efficiency. So not going to go too deep on that, but just a comment on that because I think that's interesting that the core comment centered on one thing where actually the ATS efficiency is probably on the other side of the angle there.
Man, I like what you said too about the abstract of the flow because these two, I do a Friday night live stream for the game and then a Saturday live stream for the game, and Jimmy does one on Sunday and then on Monday, and our guy Dutch does it on Thursday. It's exactly right, man. It's so great to bring in just wonderful cappers and people like you guys yourself that have different opinions on multiple different things that we can talk about. Because I always talk about how awesome our chat is, man. And our chat, these guys, they gamble like we gamble. They gamble. They want to know NBA. They want to know college football. So it's just such a great thing to be able to cover all that. And changing lanes again here. Leonard said, is Texas going to let this slip away? Leonard, I'll say this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it over and over again. Until they get a new coach, if you are going to bet on Texas, you bet on them in the first half. You do not bet Texas full game. Out of the 9 games that they've lost since he took over as head coach, 5 of them they have been up by 10 points at halftime. You do not want to be on Texas full game. You take them first half.
Iowa State almost made my card, but I looked at you look as Matt Campbell is a double-digit dog. He's covered 9 out of the last 10. In those spots. And then with Texas just came off a massive win over Oklahoma. In that Red River rivalry, you win that game, you're highest of highs. And I think they got Oklahoma State next, so they're in the classic sandwich spot. So for them to go in and play Iowa State, this is unmotivated type of game. You're a double-digit favorite. You don't really you're not even thinking about this game at all. You're thinking about the next game. So it's a perfect sandwich spot. I know it felt kind of public taking Iowa State with that high number, but situationally it fit the mold.
And also, can I mention here, Tommy DeVito played football today, and Illinois is fucking hammering Minnesota. But if we had known that, we would have not faded the situation. Tommy DeVito.
I know. And when I woke up this morning and I saw the line go to 4.5, I go, what happened? I go, DeVito's playing?
He is the cog in the system. Like,
yeah.
If he's playing, you back him. If not, you fade. Like, it's one or the other. And now they're fucking cleaning house. And like, I mean, Minnesota could win this game. They're driving right now. They're in actually plus territory. But it's like, regardless, they're probably not going to cover a full touchdown spread. And it's just like, it's complete trash. Garbage. I mean, like, bro, this is our team. We've been fucking back in Illinois every single fucking game.
Yeah, but I felt like this spot kind of fit the Minnesota mold. They just came off a loss, came off a bye. And then you're playing with a quarterback that throws 50. I thought was going to play, throws 50% pass completion rate. I was like, then they're going to have to focus on Chase Brown. You just load the box. Now they can't.
Touchdown, Michigan.
Oh wow.
38 or 31.
30-17.
Yeah, 30-17.
What do you guys have? Are you guys on this? You guys have action on that one?
I got Michigan -7.
Is Dabby muted?
Yeah, I think Dab's muted. Yeah.
Dab's always muted.
Oh, this is Miss Hound back there in the background. She liked that one. Yeah, it happened. I was going to say, yeah, I got Penn State full game, but at halftime when we were talking about it, I was so close to pulling the trigger on Michigan, man. This has been Michigan's game the whole time. And the first half of the game, they were moving up and down the field. You know, the 3 field goals is Penn State got lucky. They stopped them and held them to 3 field goals. So,
yeah. No, for sure. The game was it was tough. I mean, it was one of those type of spots where you could have absolutely picked either side, been absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah.
When you saw the number at 7, and last year it was 2.5, and I was like, how? I thought this was like a 3. If it was a Penn State play, I would have thought it would have been a 3-point spread or something like that. I
thought it was going to be 3.5. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Based on the stats, they're like right even with each other, but the advantage is Penn State with the strength of schedule. So seeing them at 7 is just, I was like, whoa, something's fishy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. I just felt like at the beginning of the game when we were getting started, I just felt like Penn State's linebacking core hasn't been playing well. Corum was going to be 100% healthy. He was going to come in and do what he's doing today. I'm not sure how many yards he has. I know he's over 100 yards. I'm sure he's creeping on 200 yards by now. And Michigan only cares about Ohio State. They only want to beat Ohio State. I feel like they've been holding off on offense. John Harbaugh, he's super conservative. Offensively, he's not even letting McCarthy run around. They haven't done any trick plays. You know, he's waiting for Ohio State. He's ready to play Ohio State, but he's keeping it conservative. And I knew they were going to be able to run the ball today. So I was on Michigan -7.
There you go. Well, see, it makes me happy that somebody's getting cash in here.
And the game's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like third quarter, and I think if they score a touchdown, the spread's back in.
I felt like unbelievably lucky that it was even close at halftime. Like, this has been Michigan's game the whole time.
It's kind of what Moose said before he got off. He was like, Michigan State had that interception, or not Michigan State, Penn State had that interception, and then the fucking one big play, and it's like really Michigan's been dominating the trenches, pushing them around on offense, pushing them around on defense. They clearly are like asserting their dominance, like we're the better team. So they could have way more points. It's closer. The score's closer than the game's really been to me.
You're right.
That's a good play for Penn State.
Yeah, that is a good play.
for McCarthy here that kept the game close. I mean, the rushing yards, as you said, is just egregious gap. I mean, gigantic. Yeah. I mean, we're talking like 300 yards almost for Michigan.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing here, I think, is that you look at what Jim Harbaugh was doing before he went to the NFL with Stanford. He's on that arc now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So now it's like, and also like, in my opinion, I think he's an NFL coach. Like, he kicks some fucking ass. Like, he knows how to talk to professionals that are making $20 million a year and have games for $2 million and say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. You're a dog. We're going to compete. And knows how to whip those guys into fucking mental camp. And this is exactly what he did with Andrew Luck and the boys. And then he went straight to the Niners. And I feel like this could be his last season with Michigan. I think he's going to go to the NFL. I think he's going to be actually what he probably should be. Because, I mean, we look at guys like Matt Rule and a lot of these like college coaches that go to the NFL and they're not professional coaches. Jim Harbaugh, he's a great college coach. Of course, it's he's an alumnus. I get it. I love it. But I think there's not a lot of guys in this world that can really coach professional football. And if there are guys that can do it, I would love to see them in the sport. And I think Jim is one of those guys. And I'd love to see him get back.
For anybody that wants to know the schedule of an NFL coach, the schedule of an NFL coach, it's a 16-hour workday. At minimum, it's a 16-hour workday. Gary Kubiak, I know he hasn't been a coach for a while, but Gary Kubiak was my dad's roommate in college, and they're still super good friends. He was over at my parents' house like 2 weeks ago. So Gary Kubiak, a great guy, great dad. I think one of his sons is coaching now. But when I would visit him when I was a kid at the Broncos, when he was offensive coordinator with the Broncos, I didn't really get it. But as I got older and I started visiting him when he was head coach of the Texans, it's like I said, it's a 16-hour day, like at minimum. And that's why he had a stroke on the field, man. And I shout out to him. I'm glad he's in good health now and doing better. It's the pressure and the amount of work that it takes. People have no concept of it. It's insane. It's insanity. It's a different level.
Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah. And I mean, I don't
Gary Kubiak
experience with it. But I will say this, just having a general psychological template in my own mind and even handicapping at a certain degree where I had 50,000 followers. And of course, whatever, we won't talk about that. But, you get to a point where it's about the ability to articulate yourself to a group of men and top level of professional men that are getting, again, paid millions of dollars for 1 week execution. And I call it, and I'll say this again, 60 minutes of chaos. Because professional football, it is the top athletes on the fucking planet running around in a small window box at all levels, all full throttle, and it's insane. And to be able to coach that it's like a combination of being like the best player coach and being basically like the most callous, like street dude in the history of the world, which is like Bill Belichick, who just is like literally so callous to everybody, but he just has this control over the guys. But the key point with Bill Belichick, I'll give you guys in half a second. He was also the GM, so he picked his players. Where like he knew the guys that he could like kind of like shit talk them, and they would like fuck with him a little bit. And anyway, I'll throw it back to you, Dabby. But it's fascinating the way the NFL works because again, it's just so contained in this small window one-off every single week where you like handicapping it. You're in a weird position, really. It's tough to cap. It is.
It's not. It's the attitude. This is such an interesting topic, actually, to me. And I know we'll lose some people on it, so I'll try and be quick with it. But the attitude of you, like you say, like being able to communicate that to like grown men. Like it's not just grown men; it's grown men at top physical peak condition that are on edge because what they do is fucking very aggressive. Let's just be honest. Sports in general are aggressive. As a baseball player, my aggressive sides comes out. It's scary. Like I know people have seen it. They joke about how I have like ended streams. It's only happened once, but it's aggression. It's why I love capping. Like now, did Penn State just get a fumble? No, they didn't. Oh, Penn State just got a turnover. Oh, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Just Just kill me. Don't do me like
Here
this.
comes the hope.
Don't do me like this. God.
Oh, make a great statement. Come on, Penn State.
Well, okay, so what I was saying is like to be able to communicate that to him, and it's just like even just the slightest wrong mentality from anybody on a team can make such a big difference because it's a thin error of margin for people playing at that level of talent, because even though the other team might not be very good, whoever you might be talking about, they're still professional athletes at the highest level. So it's like just not being able to get the team prepped or get people in the right mindset means everything. That's why we talk about letdowns and this, that, and the other. Michigan didn't lose the ball.
No, the center actually jumped on it.
I thought I saw the
first down now.
I thought I saw the ref pointing, man. What?
No, when the ball came out, one of the linemen jumped on it. He had full possession, but they just got a first down on 3rd and 12.
Yeah. Yep. So
bad tackling.
There is no hope. Well, I asked for no hope. So there's my
all
no hope.
Hope is gone.
I got what I asked for.
But somebody in the chat mentioned afternoon plays. I think we talked about some of them. TCU definitely on. Someone mentioned what we thought about Syracuse. I'm just way off that game. I don't want anything to do with that one. It's too scary. No Devin Leary. And the line sitting at -3. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know about that one. I'm with Shark on Northern Illinois. I actually just took it full game personally. I didn't post it or anything, but that's one that I know Eastern Michigan coming off as a dog on the road, blowout win over Western Michigan. I can see just full-blown toilet regression. Eastern Michigan's a team you play on the road as a dog, period. That's what you do with Eastern Michigan. They are absolutely monsters as dogs on the road. And then I'm on Toledo, too, against Kent State. I think Toledo's arguably the best team in the MAC.
I like Toledo against Kent State also. I have not bet that one, but I might join you on that.
It plays into what Kent State does well. Toledo's defense can control it. I think it's the run. It's basically running. It's like if you stop the run with Kent State, you're going to dominate them.
So
yeah, Kent State relies on big plays. Go ahead, Devin.
Kent State reminds me last week of a mistake I made where I took Northwestern, where I was looking at out-of-conference inefficiency ATS, and I thought it would reverse in conference, and I thought Wisconsin would not cover, and Wisconsin hammered Northwestern. And, of course, that makes theoretically no sense because it has nothing to do with MAC, but just the numerical averages versus tendencies in and out of conference. And you look at what's going on here with Kent State. Kent State has gotten absolutely hammered by Toledo for a generation. And, you want to theoretically, I will say this, my initial lean was to fade and buy Kent State here, because if you actually look at what Toledo did the last 2 weeks, Daquan Finn became the starting quarterback last year. If you looked at this specifically, he lost 2 ball games. He lost a game to Central Michigan and NIU back-to-back in his first 2 games. And what did he do in his last 2 games? He revenged both of those games. And he revenged them with authority too, actually. They blew out the last 2 opponents by 20+.
Yep.
So theoretically, he left a lot of emotion on the table in the last 2 weeks. And Kent State, again, is not a good team, but the last time Daquan Finn played back-to-back home games off a cover in the first game, they lost outright to EMU last year, 52-49. And I got to be honest with you guys, I wanted to take Kent State.
Really?
I could get there, but I thought, again, huge situational highs for Toledo, back-to-back, revenge. Now you get this funky-ass one-off. And last year, again, same quarterback, Daquan Finn, the only time he had a home cover backed up with another home cover, he did lose the game outright against EMU. So that's why I actually liked Toledo, but I was like, this is all fucked up for me. So just work on.
So what's tough about this game is Kent State relies so much on you. Like you said, it's pound, then big play. They rely so much on their big play. And I don't think Kent State has the speed that they've had in years past. And I think Toledo I don't know. I think Toledo's going to outmatch them in in the big play department. I think Kent State relies so heavily on big plays. I think that was the worst call I've ever seen. I'm rooting for Penn State. Sorry to switch topics, but they just Did you see that, Guns?
Yeah, I'm watching it. I saw it.
What the hell, man?
I don't know.
I'm on the other side, and I'm saying
it's home. They're getting home calls. I don't know. It's you're in the wrong. You're not in Penn State right now. You're in the big house.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So these are big house calls. Going back to the Toledo one. So the way I looked at it is I looked at the run, and you look. They did get gashed by Ohio State and San Diego State, non-conference outliers. But in their 4 wins this season, 1.3, 3.8, 1.3, 3.4 yards per carry in all those.
Just look at the emotional aspect. Look at the previous 2 wins, right? They lost to both of those conference opponents last year. So both of those were huge Daquan Finn highs. And now he's coming back. He doesn't have motivation against Kent State. Like that's my only capping point. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm only saying like that's where I was like, this is weird for me because he showed the hell out last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, I mean they've showed they got a 30. What do they got, a plus 216 net yard average at home with a 34-point differential.
The last 2 games both in conference were both fucking blowouts.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and they were both revenge games from last year.
Yeah, they beat up on NIU last week.
So. It's a trap game for them. You know, I don't have money on it. I'm just making a comment because when I thought about it, I was like, this seems like a weird spot for them. So I don't know.
Michigan.
I see. Razor Sharp Picks is in the chat. He said, "Sup, Guns? What's going on, my friend? Just chilling out, talking some college football."
Hell fucking yeah. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, Razor's going to be on with me on the Friday nights now, so we'll be doing that one together. So that's exciting, man. I don't know if you guys saw it, but just like a week ago or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, Razor, he had like an $81 bet that he had posted and that he bet in horses, and he got over $13K on a ticket back.
Fucking cash.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Cash. What's up, Razor?
They don't. That's the most aggressive "what's up" I've ever heard. I love it. Just wait. He said, "What's up, Razor, motherfucker?"
You. Someone in the chat said, "What? Braves are up 3-0."
No,
yeah. Oh,
Philly just hit a bomb. Philly just hit a bomb.
Yeah. Wow.
See, there he is. See, that's why it was aggressive. He said, "Where's your Braves hat, Devin?"
All the favorites would win, so I'm looking at 0-1.
We're supposed to be calling college football right now.
I took Minnesota, and thank you for switching the quarterback last minute. Oh well.
My day is in peril right now, and I'm not happy with it because college football. I got to make money in this shit. Like it's all fun being up here, and it's all good, and I know people enjoy it sometimes when I get mad because it's all fun, like I said, but it's not a joke when it comes to the bank account. Like I got to make money. At least for my first 2 plays today are looking well. One of them lost already, and then my second bet on Penn State. I've known the whole time we've been sitting here. I've already known this is I should have live bet Michigan.
I got more on the 3:30 and 7 o'clock slate. My bigger games come later, so I really was only on this Minnesota Illinois one. That was it for the noon.
Dabby,
I got a lot of action later. I do. So it can still turn around, but it's just,
right.
I don't like losing anything. Definitely not starting with the first 2 either.
Dabby, I was talking to Guns about this last night. I was telling him guys that don't have another avenue to financial gain, this matters a lot. And like last weekend I got tilted, and that's of course why my account got canceled. I won't go into that because of course I might be the most sought out man in America right now for telling a blank ghost account to F off once. But.
Right? That's what's crazy to me. We're not going to go into it, but man, it's a joke. That's what
it's not fair that they're allowed to have that much power.
It makes no sense. Like who do they, I don't want to rant on it. It just makes no damn sense, man.
Bro, I mean, we can talk about it because we're not going to say anything outrageous, but we can talk about it. It is just really just so far off the ledge of sanity for an account like myself, Guns Picks, Dabby. Obviously, you're in the beginning of the game. Say you went 4 or 5 years down the road and you really built an environment, and then you happen to get tilted on one, college football Saturday, and some random ghost account claps at you and you clap back, and then all of a sudden your account's just gone. That's it. You're gone.
4.5 years of work, and for somebody who does what for you want to talk about for the platform in general, like you would think that they would just side with the person who helps the platform, right?
No, no.
Like I swear to God, like it was like I was on the same computer. This is going back less than a week ago, and I literally like clapped back at this guy, and I'm not going to say because I obviously don't want to be a surgeon, but and all of a sudden my account just goes whoosh, and it was just like permanently suspended at the top of the page. And I was like, what? And I said to my girl, I was like, I'm permanently suspended. She's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, this is our business. I mean, we've made $100,000 doing this. No bullshit. And what are you talking about? It's permanently suspended. I was like, yeah. She's like, what did you do? And I was like, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting here drinking a beer. We lost bet. I talked shit to one guy. And she's like, that's it? And I was like, I don't know. And then she reported it. And she said like, basically like, Sharky Waters Nation, this community, blah, blah, blah. And they just reported back the next day and said basically just straight up like, after review, we have deemed our response to be the correct response. Goodbye.
And who even reviewed? Like, it's such a – it makes me – you know what it makes me think? It makes me think that it was a bot created to get people banned, honestly. Like, I wonder if it's even a real person or if it's just a bot that's out there trying to get people banned.
Just to coax people into saying the wrong thing so they can report. Yeah. I mean, the guy who supposedly did it only had like one follower or something.
Zero followers, no profile, nothing. It was like a brand new account, like literally nothing.
Created that day. Right.
Makes me think it was a bot.
Like within a week or right, exactly. No interactions, no tweets, no profile picture, nothing. And that's the insanity of it. Like the fact that like within the app and the infrastructure we have in terms of technology, that can actually control over sustainable interaction. And that's what my channel is now, but it's what it was for 5 years. And it just all of a sudden is gone because some guy decided on his couch on a given Sunday, he was annoyed, he reported, and that was it. And the thing I said on my first comeback video, I said, the thing that's really crazy is, truthfully, that guy doesn't really give a fuck.
No, he doesn't.
At all.
He just like, yep, moving on. Got that guy. Moving on.
He got annoyed for a second. He's on to work tomorrow. And he took my entire life for 5 years.
It's crazy.
And it's fucking outrageous. Outrageous.
I mean, it seems like Penn State has had every opportunity to stay in this football game from bad
and they're just squandering it.
Yeah, from bad spots to turnovers to
interesting point. I know we haven't talked about this game. I got the Kansas-Oklahoma game on because I just wanted to see if Oklahoma would do anything and show a pulse. Coming off a 49-0 loss, they're up 49-28 right now on Kansas.
How much of it is Dylan Gabriel being back, do you think?
Granted, that's part of it because they only had 39 passing yards last week, something like that.
He's very good, for sure.
Yeah. How do you feel? Devin? You feeling a little? Because I know last week it was probably hard. You didn't even want to hear Oklahoma when you were up here last week.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's good that we've won, but we already took 3 L's, so there's no college playoff.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're an Oklahoma guy.
There's no. I'm glad that we're winning, but I don't have any money on it, so I don't give a fuck anymore. The season's over. As far as OU's concerned, the season is over. We've lost 3 games. Yeah. What are we going to play in the Holiday Bowl on December 28th in San Antonio?
You could play I don't know, Kansas.
Yeah.
I think and also Evan, truthfully, when you get in there, after the bullshit ass losses that they had, it's just whatever the fuck at this point.
Yeah.
We were trying to cap it before talking to you. I don't know if you're a fan, you're from Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay, so Guns and I were doing the show, and we were doing off the record commentary. We have no exposure to the fan base or anything. And we were looking at the team. We were like, what is going on with this team? Because obviously, horrible losses. I mean, just terrible losses. It's what happened? I mean, in your opinion, you're following it. What happened?
I'm gonna be honest.
You know what he's gonna say.
He's
I'm
gonna
not
blame
gonna say.
Venables.
I'm not gonna say Lincoln Riley took the whole fucking culture and took it to LA. I'm not gonna say that. But,
Oh,
Hey,
okay. No, I don't. Go ahead.
like,
Listen, I think USC gets beat today.
Let him respond. What are you doing?
I don't though. I don't agree with that.
You don't.
I'm on USC. I'm on USC with Cab. I don't agree with that.
We've been back and forth before you went in here on this one, Guns, because everyone was against
really?
me. Everyone was not everyone was against
They're
me.
just a set. I mean, why are they plus 3.5 then? That's what I'm going to ask. Yeah.
Here, gentlemen,
But
quick comment. Let me make a quick comment real quick.
Yeah.
This game, in my opinion, I think this game could actually be an underdog cover by a hook. I think this could be a 3-point win for the offense. And that's where you get that underdog hook. But that's why I don't have the game officially for myself. Because I do think there's an access point. When you see these lines in conference, ranked versus ranked, where under-ranked versus over-ranked is laying an egregious number over a field goal, it pulls back so hard. Like you saw the Baylor game at fucking Iowa State that kind of set off the whole fucking infrastructure of this. It does speak to it. And Guns, I'm not you're my guy, and I love all you guys so much. Like this is a beautiful fucking chat. I keep apologizing because the internet fucking made me fucking apologize. But
You got nothing to apologize for here, man.
I love
Nothing here.
But I do think that there is a certain aspect where the 3.5 on the underdog side, you will get there just because it's that hook and it's just like a walk-off 31-28 or something like that.
Well, I disagree.
Let's hear it, Gun.
I'm looking. Listen, I've been looking to sell off USC stock for weeks now, and sometimes the cookie's got to crumble somewhere, and I just think this is the spot. That's all. I didn't take them last week, knowing I was thinking they were going to beat the piss out of Washington State, and that's what they did. But man, at some point, the Pac-12 usually eats each other alive one by one, and they're way overdue. They're dodging bullets.
You don't okay, so and I know this is stupid because it's like looking ahead, but to me, the two teams, well, obviously, this is a dumb comment because obviously they're undefeated, but it's USC and UCLA. Those are the teams to beat. And I think that if USC not only covers but finds a way to win this game, we're in for a hell of a treat with the UCLA USC game coming up.
That's a fair point.
Well, when you say we, are you a fan?
Football.
Just college football fan in general they'll get a good game.
That creates, yeah, there you go. Gunn said it for me. That creates a big game. That's a game that probably nobody had circled at the beginning of the year that all of a sudden becomes one of the biggest games, especially for the Pac-12 as a conference in general. It becomes an absolutely huge astronomical game.
I guess it's bigger for the Big.
Is the chat against me now? They're telling me
no. You talk Big Ten.
I guess I shouldn't have talked smack about USC apparently.
Well, no, here's the thing is earlier it was all Utah in the chat. So earlier you would have had the back.
Okay. No, I thought it was funny. Someone told me to hold my tongue. I was like, oh, I guess we got some USC people in the chat.
Oh, I think Gas is a USC fan. I don't think he's
okay. Well, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you can fade my Irish all you want and say whatever you want about them. I'm like, that's fair.
Right.
I gotta watch them play Stanford today, and I have a feeling they're just gonna eat shit because they suck at home.
I like that. What did he say? Look at your hoodie. Oh, you got it. Oh, Notre Dame. Look at your hoodie.
Right
here. Yeah.
And the memorabilia behind me. I mean, that's Kyron Williams. I think we talked about this before.
It's so hard to sit up here and keep good vibes whenever
this part right here. This is part of the South Bend bench. You just rub it for good luck before every game. Got all the essentials up here.
You're on the other side, right, Devin? There you go.
Yeah, I'm on. I'm on Michigan.
You made my night last night talking about the habanero sauce that you're going to send me anyways. So I'm glad you're cashing here. That makes it
Yeah,
a
and
little less.
I haven't had a chance to look at anything all week because I've been in my lab in the kitchen.
Yeah,
shit
not his
up.
gambling lab, in his kitchen lab
Yeah.
with delusional eats.
So what did that spit out? What are we looking at right there?
We're getting some habanero sauce flowing.
Oh, fuck it.
Some high terpene, full spectrum. All the cannabinoids you need: CBG, CBN, CBD, THC, everything you need to get super fully medicated. And we definitely targeting the savory aspect of the market because I don't think too many people understand that you can infuse savory meals just as easily as you can infuse cakes and treats and unhealthy shit. We also got some fucking my bad guys, my fucking voice is gone. We also got some fucking hot cocoa bombs we just got rolling. They're like calling them Rocky Mountain Boulders hot cocoa bombs. They're fucking 80 milligrams. They're 80 milligrams THC, 35 milligrams CBD,
Jesus,
12 milligrams CBG, and 10 milligrams CBN. So full spectrum. The terpene profile is going to be the GDP, which is Granddaddy Perp. It's going to definitely help you with insomnia, pain relief, any kind of chronic pain you have. And also, too, if you just want to get lit up, you can drop it in 8 ounces of milk and just get lit up.
I want to get lit up. Straight up. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
about for the bros? What about for the bros that are like, lifting weights and shit? You gonna make some protein powder?
I want to get lit up.
I don't have protein powder, but we have made protein bars in the past.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, last year.
Medicated protein bars. That's awesome.
Yeah, last year we did that shit last year. They were
Get
pretty
some
cool.
medicated pre-workout fuel.
Hey, for
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
no boy. Maybe on a DM, for I want to talk about it.
Yeah, no doubt. You can hit
okay.
me on you could hit me on IG at Delusional Eats, or you could hit the Fowlish Hound at Twitter and also on IG as well.
Yeah, Fowlish always putting up the you have like the Lego edibles. I always see those lit up on there, and
Yeah.
they always promote.
I just made a
good stuff.
fresh batch of the gummies last night actually.
Oh, really?
I got I have pineapple, and then I have pineapple, cranberry, apple juice.
Oh,
in.
man. And I got it.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic,
And it's all organic. None of the juices from concentrate. It's organic sugar, fucking organic goddamn gelatin, doing it super major.
That's what I
Organic
got to say.
fruit
Everything
pectin,
is
all
the
that.
best. Everything, not just the fact that it's infused.
Yeah.
All of the ingredients are the best, man. That hot sauce, I killed that stuff, man. I put that hot sauce on everything. It's their product is so good, man. And while we're
We got you, dude.
while we're on product, and I talked about it last time, make sure you guys check out the Pub Sports for all the stuff on the Pub Sports website that Pub Sports got going on. You can find the Pub Rub. I haven't talked to Slaughter yet, but whenever I get the chance, we really need to see if we can make that medicated Pub Rub a little group project there. I don't know the secret ingredients for the Pub Rub, so I can't do it without Slaughter's go ahead.
That's cool. We can make that shit happen if they're down.
Christopher
down.
Comentini said I'd go for some protein bars. Yeah, you know what? That's a very interesting market because some people don't understand using THC before you work out is it's very good for the workout for some people. For myself,
I think it's
included.
good post work. It's got to be good post
Yeah,
workout.
post workout for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a pre workout. I mean, most people bake all day long anyway, so they're working
That's
out
true.
while they're baked. Yeah, so.
That's like
But I had even fucking tried to explore. I didn't dive too deep into it, but doing fucking meal prep for people who are like super gym rats with, even if you're not infusing it with the THC, just the CBD for that,
Right.
after for the recovery meal and shit.
right.
You ever get
I know they're into fucking meal prep, so
any work with pro athletes or anything? 'Cause I know that's like a big thing, sort of integrating in that.
no, but like my best friend from fucking elementary, he's a professional athlete. He played ball. He ran bases for the Yankees in 2016 or 15, whenever the Astros initially cheated, the first time they cheated. He's down in Mexico now. He actually went to Coastal Carolina. That's why I think it's funny Dab's always talking about Coastal.
I call them the notorious.
So him and I we've dabbled with the CBD aspect. My bad, Sharks. Go ahead.
No, you good. I was only saying it's a joke between Guns and I call them the notorious Coastal Carolina because they just keep winning ball games they shouldn't win.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all they put everything on Grayson McCall. Everything. I mean, without him, think about where that team would be.
Every game. Like, how many deficits can they overcome? It's like they're going to lose a ball game eventually. Just keep winning. Anyway, my bad. Go on.
I think they lose. Yeah. I think that this is the team they lose to right here. JMU.
Next week?
A couple.
Have they not lost today? I bet they lose right now.
I mean, they could lose tonight. Correct. You're right. But I think JMU could smack them too.
Right, you're saying they'll lose again, yeah. Because
we'll see. I mean, it's a few weeks down the road, and we'll obviously have to just kind of look at the spot. But I mean, right now, as it stands, if they were playing each other today, I'd be all over JMU.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Ron Lofton in the chat with Tennessee first half 13.5, USC plus 3.5, and Wazoo plus 4. I'm all over that Tennessee 13.5 first half and the USC plus 3.5.
Yeah, I like that team total.
Yeah, that team total is perfect. You know, I mean, Tennessee's already proven they can score. Alabama's not the same Bama that we've seen over the years. I don't know if it's because Nick Saban's on his last road or what's going on. Their secondary is questionable. Their receiving core is questionable. And all I want to do is get the cash the first half. I don't care about the full game or anything like that. I don't really care if Tennessee wins, to be honest. But
Tennessee usually comes out fast anyways, right? They usually come out like really early and early. Yeah. That's a good look.
Yeah, because Hooker's I mean, he's built for that. He's built for the SEC. He can run. He can throw it a little bit. His accuracy is questionable, but he can move around. He's smart decision-making. And Josh Heupel's changed the culture in Tennessee. They look really good. But like I said, I just need him to do the 13.5 first half team total. That's all that matters. I'm on that, though, Ron Lofton. I haven't checked out the Wazoo game, though.
Dude,
I like the under. I actually like the under in that game. Oregon State and Washington State. You actually look at the totals in that game. Their average on totals were like 60, 62, 58, 59. I think last year was 59 and a hit under. And now it's sitting at 51 the next year. To me, it's an under. The trend actually is the over. Like, I think they were on an over trend for like 7 or 8 years. Last year it broke. So maybe the script is kind of flipping around and we're going to get some low totals in that matchup.
You know, honestly, that game, I wanted to take Oregon State first half because that's all they do. They just come home off lackluster road environments and just smack teams, particularly in conference, in the first half.
Yeah.
But the problem again here that just seems to be just an odd little environment is that we got backup quarterbacks. Chance Nolan is not playing, I don't think. So we're in this weird backup environment quarterback.
It's so hard to cap.
No, the backup, I actually looked at his stats. He's not bad. He's serviceable. I mean, there's not really much of a drop off from one to the other.
Well, but you want one thing too with backups. So it's like, oh, go ahead, Shark.
No, go for it. What are you
I was just gonna say, like, you look at Baylor's backup, that redshirt freshman that came in, he looked wonderful. But I genuinely think that, you know, because you saw him throw that pass up when he was getting sacked at the end of the game. That was just disgusting. And luckily, Baylor got an interception right after it, so it didn't necessarily affect the game as much as people think. But you still can't throw that interception. Like, it doesn't matter that they got the ball back. Like, that doesn't matter. You cannot throw the interception in that situation. And I don't think Shapen would have done – I know he wouldn't have done that. And I don't think the game would have played out if Shapen didn't get taken out by that hit to the head. Which was a cheap shot by the West Virginia player. That's literally what we're trying to protect against with these rules that make everyone so mad. I think if he doesn't get taken out, that's a different game at the end of the game.
I completely agree with you. And I'd never make excuses. But it has to be said, I lost 4 bets last week because I had a backup quarterback come in the first quarter of a game that I was capping with a starting quarterback expected to play.
Right.
And in college football, it's just you cannot adjust to that. You're basically just a dead point at that point. And that's where, like, in this environment with Oregon State, like, you want to back Oregon State here, first half specifically, because they're so clean in the first half at home off bad road environments. And they're 7-0 first half, last 7 off a bad road environment coming home in the first half. but it's all Chance Nolan. And you get this backup quarterback, it just adds this level of unknown, and you cannot bank on it.
So let me talk about the backup real quick. So Ben Gulbranson, he's 35 of 53 this year, 66% pass completion rate, which is better than Nolan. 475 yards passing, nine yards per attempt, which is better than Nolan. He's got two touchdowns, 2 picks. But if you look at Chance Nolan, 7 touchdowns, 8 picks. So really, that's where I was like, I didn't personally take the side. But I looked at that as more of like, we're not getting much of a drop off from one quarterback to the other. That's what I saw. But I mean, the look really, like Shark said, I think he's on the right path. It's Oregon State at home.
First half.
First half. Correct.
Yeah. I mean, I might add it later. I mean, I still like it. The line didn't move.
No, it didn't move at all. That's what I mean. Is like that. It didn't matter if Chance Nolan was the quarterback or this Gulbranson guy. It was like the book just went wash.
And also, like, if we're really going to just cap this real quick, I mean, Oregon State fucking laid an egg in the first half last week at Stanford. They were horrible.
Yep.
And so come off the reversal point, and they're incredibly good at home first half. And Wazoo. This is actually a revenge game. Wazoo got them last year at home.
Mm-hmm.
So you have added motivation. I mean, like, I think we could probably add this late night, just 1 unit minus 2.5 first half. I think it's a great little spot, to be honest.
Yeah, it says the line last year was 4, and they played at home.
4.
Washington State.
4.
The game last year, 2021. They played Washington State. In Oregon State, they played at Washington State, and the game ended 31-24. Washington State winning. Actually, they've won the last 8 straight.
Yeah,
I'm seeing here in this matchup, and you're seeing Oregon State at minus 3.5 at home.
Washington State might be the game side here. It's first half.
Yeah.
It's all, and you saw what Oregon State did against USC. They came out and played a great first half and melted it out.
Mm-hmm.
With Oregon State at home, you want the first half only.
I agree. I agree with that.
That's good.
You guys want to know a game that has not been talked about that I got it at minus 13 that I like? It's at minus 14 now. Is I took Purdue to cover the spread against Nebraska. I think that they're going to score at will against Nebraska. I know that the spread is really high, and I think it's really high for a reason. I mean, I think they wanted to keep people off the Purdue side, and I think that's why it went back up to 14. I think at home Purdue wins this game by at least 14 points.
What has Nebraska done without Scott Frost?
You know, last week they barely beat Rutgers. What was it? Yeah, 14-13, and you know they were 3-point favorites, which I was sitting here saying, why in the hell is Nebraska a 3-point favorite on the road? Because they should never be a favorite ever, even if they're at home. And they were a 3-point favorite on the road. And Rutgers they might have lost, but they still covered the spread.
Right. No, I mean, huge uptick regardless without Scott Frost.
Yeah, it's they beat Indiana 35-21, and then they beat Rutgers at Rutgers 14-13. So they've won 2 straight after getting there. Remember, I think we took Nebraska against Oklahoma or something like that. I kind of remember. And then they just completely got buried by Oklahoma.
I was actually on Oklahoma on that one.
Yeah.
They beat about 30 or something like that.
It was just completely. That was the first game with the backup coach, I think. So the new coach is 2-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they got Scott Frost got fired after Georgia Southern.
Okay, right. Yeah, right.
Yep.
And they just played down every single game.
I think Aiden O'Connell is going to rip this defense apart. That's where it's at for me. I mean, I know that Nebraska was able to win that game against Rutgers, but that's because Rutgers, let's be honest, their offense is horrible. Like, it's not good. Okay. And Nebraska's defense is paper. And I think that Aiden O'Connell is going to tear them apart, but we'll see.
I agree with you there. 100%. I definitely agree with you there. The other game that I was looking at, there was one other game that I was looking at. It was all MAC. I forget what it was. I think I was looking at Ohio to smack down on Western Michigan -1. Did you guys look at that game at all?
I didn't mind. I wish
briefly, but I just passed on it because I actually probably was leaning. I was thinking about playing a total on the over, but I didn't think about playing the side.
Lance, just a mild thought. So
yep. Is Public on TCU? Tempted to put a few units on them. I think the Public's on Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. And
I think what I read, it was like 67% of tickets or something like that this morning.
Do you guys have
Oklahoma State
game coming up here in 13 minutes?
Do we have a what?
Do you know the Bama game coming up in 13 minutes here?
Is the Bama? Yes, it's on CBS.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I look, and I know I'm going against everybody, especially with Young coming back, but it's hard to sit here and say things with the confidence I said them with earlier. Having a rough day right now, but Tennessee, man, I think even with Young back, I think Tennessee, I think they make this I think it's a 7-point game. I do think Bama wins, but I think Bama wins by 4, maybe 7 points. I think Hendon Hooker can have a game today that will put him. I bet his Heisman prop twice. I bet it earlier in the year, and then I bet it again at 1,100 this weekend or this last weekend. I think that after this game, I think this is his chance to not go back under 1,000 for his prop, and I think that this is a big opportunity for Tennessee here against Alabama. I like Tennessee here, but that's pretty public. I think that's very public.
I think the best look in this game is probably the over. And I think that you're just going to see a ton of points. And I think that, again, it's sort of counterintuitive and antithetical to historical football to see a total this high. But as you mentioned, Hendon Hooker in this Tennessee offense just is relentless. And
unbelievable. Yeah.
And like yesterday. So I think you're going to see an over here. And I think I don't disagree with the +7 take. You're +9 now, actually. So,
yeah.
There. But I think the total is going to be a nice little uplifting point if I had to make a comment on the game.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I think I think it's interesting because what I have is +7.5, and like you said, it's +9 now. I thought that the 7.5 was with the assumption that Young was coming in. I was surprised that it went to 9. So
that's telling. That's telling.
But it's not. It's probably going to be sharp. Like if they're going to cover this, they're going to be like 10. It's going to be like 50 to 40 or some ridiculous fucking.
Oh
game.
yeah. If they were to cover, it's going to be sharp as shit.
You saw the Tennessee home game against Florida, it was 38-33, and it was just there's just no defense in the game.
Right.
So that's the template of the game. And again, it's an adjustment in the seasons. Obviously, Nick Saban, coaching this and that, whatever. But this game it's just screaming track meet if we're being real on that.
Boat race.
And Debbie, I mean, obviously you're on the side. You're going to sweat it. You're going to sweat it. But
67.5 is the total, right?
Yeah, that should be probably like 81.5 if we're being super honest.
That's why I think that look that Moose and Devin are on up there with the 13.5 Tennessee first half team total over. I think that's a great bet.
It is. I do too.
He said it is.
That's why I took it.
I love that, man. I love that. Well, man, we've hammered these games home today. I'm excited for the rest of the schedule, even though it looks like Braves, they have a little life. It's 2-4 now, so it's only the 4th inning.
Yeah,
so
I got the first 5 over. I had it 5 + 5, 105.
There you go.
So
you catch that.
Yeah.
Braves aren't going to roll over and play dead.
That's the classic. Was it Morton? Every time he pitches, you just take the first 5 over.
Yep.
Because his team hits for him and he gives up 2 to 3 runs. It's like it's unbelievable. He has a decent record in first 5, but it's like his team goes, "Oh, Morton's pitching. We better start getting the runs because we're going to get killed."
Right. I'm waiting to see what time we got left on this game. I know with that last touchdown, the spreads. They
just nailed in the coffin, really.
Yeah, that's it. This game is
41 to 17.
Yeah, this game is done. So shout out to everybody that bet Michigan. I know you did, D. Anybody that had Michigan, congratulations. I'm throwing in the hat officially, even though it's been thrown in. But that one's done. Let us know anything else you guys have bet today. Before we get up out of here, we can hang out for a little longer. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Any other games, man? I'm like so happy you guys hopped on here with me. This has been such a fun experience, even though I'm in a shit mood. So sorry if my mood's coming through. I don't like losing, guys, but it's coming back today. We're getting back on track for the rest of the day.
Yeah, I mean, 30 more games in the slate here. So let's fucking begin it. Let's begin it right now. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's like usually what happens if you have a bad noon, it just means the rest of your car is going to smack. Last time I was on here, I had a bad noon. I went and I hit like 8 in a row. So it's
I know,
fun.
and I had a good noon. I had a good noon, and then the rest of the day sucked. So
that happens too. You almost don't want a good noon slate. You want to absolutely eat it. And then all of a sudden 3:30 hits, you hit 3 or 4 of those, and then you go into the 7 and the 8, and all of a sudden those are smacking. And you just like, what? I was like, why was I sweating noon so much?
Right.
But also, like, and honestly, like in football, like college football is just like it's a gauntlet day every single day. Like Saturday, it just takes 15 hours. You're never gonna hit every bet. You're gonna sweat it out. You're gonna be stressed. Also, just in terms of energy. And I'm speaking from personal experience, you sweat out the first slate. College football takes 4 hours, 4.5 hours. This is not NFL football. It takes fucking forever to get one game done. So you're already super drained. All of a sudden you got another slate, you got a mid-major slate, and then you got another big conference slate, and you're going all the way through the night. So when you're sweating this financially, you are emotionally so strung out. So just a point of reference to people. It just don't let it get to you, because we as professionals, and I'm speaking to myself, that's probably why I'm red in the face. Like, it is an absolute fucking gauntlet sweating college football. Honestly.
Sometimes it's like I have to just go outside and just stretch. I was like, shit's just going fucking weird, and I'm getting angry, and I'm like, I gotta do something. I gotta get rid of this.
That's outside is the best place to do it. To get outside.
Yeah, thank God I have a backyard.
Yeah.
I'll go out there and pace. Like, people saw me in my yard, like, what's wrong with this guy? I was like, I'm pissed at whatever team I'm on, and I'm just trying to talk it out with myself.
Who is that? Who is Central Michigan? Like,
yeah, you start reassessing. It was like, what did I miss here? What is like, and you're just doing all these other processes in your head, and you're just completely. If somebody saw you, just like, man, they're gonna think I'm crazy.
Right. Shout out some of the chat. Yeah, they're saying it. They get it. Smith said grind. It looks like Harold Williams said you guys should stay on for Bama, Tennessee, and then Jesse said it too. I tell you what does happen today though is we got the UFC stream coming up. Shout out to those guys. I know they're excited to be back. The Pub Sports Radio UFC stream is coming up. And, I hop in the chat there sometimes, and we got people that cap other things. So we still. Just like up here where we went off talking about, NBA and NFL, like we talk about everything. These long streams, like Shark said, it's a wonderful place to just share knowledge amongst people, to share and to get better at our craft. And that's at the end of the day, like, I sit here and bitch when I lose, but it's like, it's going to happen. You either get better or you don't. And, we're here to perfect our craft. At the end of the day, you gotta look the losses in the face the same as you look the wins in the face, and you got to get better. You got to learn and always be evolving. It's constant evolution on what's going on. So, and you guys help us with that in the chat and on the panel too. Like, thank you guys for coming up again. I can't say that enough. Real quick before we get out of here, guys, Pub Sports Radio, for everything I'm talking about really quick, the promo code, if you're going to get a seat at a game, or if you're going to go to a concert, if you're going to do anything basically live, use SeatGeek, use Pub Sports promo code. It's one word. You get money back. You get like $20 off on your seat. So if you're going to go catch a concert, go catch a game, use the Pub Sports. Like I said, check out the website, Guns. And like I said, I wish I could sit here and talk college football with you forever, man. But where can everybody find you? What you got going on for the rest of the week, man?
You can find me on Twitter at Guns Picks. I give out free plays all the time. And I also do a show with the man to my right, Shark in Sports 88, when we do the Knowledge for College football show every Friday night live on Twitter and YouTube, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also we have the Circa Million show with Shark in Sports 88 and the Odds Fellow and myself. And we basically break down the Sunday slate for you in 30 minutes to an hour, and it's on at 10 a.m. p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we fire out the picks and give you the sharpest looks that we see on the board. And that's all.
Hell yeah. I love that. Shark, we said it earlier, but you can also drop it in the chat if you want. Make sure everybody gets that Twitter. I know you guys will be on the same, but where can everybody find you the rest of the week, man? What do you got going on?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, at this point, I'm over self-plugging. You know, I did that for years, whatever. I just want to give a shout to my man, Davy Cab. I mean, welcome here, bro. You're a fucking amazing human being. Your energy is impeccable. Truthfully, like I watch you, and your energy is impeccable, bro. Like forget a couple losses. It doesn't matter. I want to listen to you first, and you're a great human being. My God, up top, I didn't get your name, but just top level energy, bro. I just appreciate you guys having just amazing energy. And of course, the gun. We host the show for a reason. Just amazing energy. That's all I got to say. You know, I want to give just amazing abundance to all you guys. You guys are doing amazing stuff. The chat's fucking amazing. It's all love, and let's fucking have a great time, man.
Hell yeah, man. Man, thanks, man. I appreciate that a ton. You know, it means a lot to hear that, man, from somebody who I look up to. Both of you guys. I look up to both of you guys. And D-Lou, I look up to what you do, man. I love what you do. One more time, where can everybody find that amazing product that you create at Delusional Eats?
First of all, thank you, Pub Sports Radio. Thanks, Cab, for having me pull up. Guns, Sharks for pulling up. Everybody in the chat. You know, also to shout out the Foolish Hound, my wife, my lovely wife, for putting me on.
Hell yeah.
She started this shit. You know, for introducing me to you guys. I'd say hit her on Twitter to, you know, get the menu. Just inbox or DM, inquire. We'll shoot over the menu. You can find me at Delusional Eats on Instagram, IG. But that's it.
Hell yeah. Well,
and also anybody on that Tennessee, let's cash later. And if you cashed on this Michigan, because the game's over, we know the game's over. So if you cashed on Michigan, that's what's up. If you didn't cash, keep your head up, ball out later. There's a shit ton of games left. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, I know you're talking to me. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't go into the Tennessee fight song there. You're gonna sing a little Rocky Top later,
right?
And I got a special place in my heart for Tennessee. One, because Josh Heupel is a former Oklahoma quarterback, and he led us to a national championship. Also, I used to fuck around with Tennessee back in the 90s because of Peyton Manning. When I was a young buck, that's when I first started watching college football, and he was good. I just remember he couldn't get it done against Florida, and then T. Martin pulled up in 98, and they got the natty. And I just always had a special place in my heart.
Feels like 98 is what they say, right?
Man. Well, this is what I like to end with most importantly, man, is we don't have anything up here. Like none of us, nobody that does this. I don't care who you are. Nobody has anything if you don't have a chat or a wonderful fucking group of knowledgeable cappers that we have showing up, supporting. So thank you guys, man, because I'm not here without you. None of us are here without you.
Yeah.
There's nothing without you. So thank you guys in the chat. You're what makes this go. You're what makes it possible to sit here for, you know, over 3.5 hours for a football game. Usually I wait till the last tick, guys, but you know, the honesty is even college football antics aren't turning this game around. This game's over, but we've talked about everything we're doing. Guns, thank you for coming, man. Shark.
No, I appreciate you having me anytime, dude. I love these streams.
Yeah.
Dude, I love kicking it with you, Shark, man. I'm absolute blessing to get on screen with you for the first time, man. D-Lou, you know it's all love, man. You're my guy. Yeah. I appreciate you. We'll continue to do this and chat. Thank you guys. I'm gonna get us up out of here.
Where's the bang bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe.